98 Fresh Gourmet presents Friday Night Excitement here on G-Force TV. Tonight's racing action brought to you by Slack Lumber. I'm Greg Kilman. With me, Adam Ross, Clinton Jeffrey down trackside as we get ready for a full night of racing. All four divisions in action. Points on the line, and the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks with the first of their two qualifiers onto the racetrack. Adam Ross with the starting lineup.
On the pole from Welland, the 96-0 is John Overholt. Starting second from Brantford, the 13 is Casey Huffman. From Hagersville, the 24 is Mike Klazinga. That's a new look for Mike. And from Caister Center, the 28D is Donnie Lampman. Starting fifth from Ohsweken, the 93 is Melissa Miller. Starting sixth from Hamilton, the 25 is Ken Sargent. Seventh from Harley, the 37 is Rob Hoskins. Eighth from Guelph, the 79 is Christopher Hale. Starting ninth in the 53 from Jerseyville, it's Logan Schwedick. Starting 10th from Hagersville, the 8 is Ryan Dinning. 11th out of London, the 76 is Jamie Googe. 12th from Hamilton, the 07 is Scott McPhail. 13th from Hagersville, the 49 is Dave Bailey. And 14th from Caister Center, the 41 is Adam Plazik. And Casey Huffman with some issues on the backstretch.
Yeah, pulled out a line going out of corner number 2, and the car fires now after talking to the race med crew. So the outside pole sitter will see if he's going to wait for the field to join or what's going on here, but nonetheless, still with these qualifier formats, so 2 qualifiers rather than having 4 qualifying heats. We've got the 2 10-lap qualifiers for the Thunderstocks. Same for the mini stocks, although they don't run the 10 laps. Those are 8, I believe, are they not?
I believe they are.
Yeah, 8 laps for the mini stocks. So that will help our program move here tonight as we get ready for the first green flag of the night. Carter Long on the flag stand tonight, replacing Dave Hunsinger for the evening, and we're off and running. Donnie Lampman leads him into 1.
Lampman up on the high side, gets some gap over the rest of the field, working down the back straightaway. Ken Sargent second in the 25. Then it's Chris Hale in the 79 in third.
And on the move on the bottom, that's Ryan Dinning in that 8 machine. He's got that car lettered for the second night in a row, and it takes a little while to get used to it, but that is Ryan Dinning in that Blackie.
Well, and I think he's added some, because was that white outline of the 8 there last week?
I don't think
the
it
logo
was,
on the hood?
Yeah, he's adding to it week by week. And then you've got Mike Klazinga riding behind him in the Blake Bomberry number 24 tonight. So we'll see what Klazinga can do in that Nitro 54 variety ride.
Adam Plazik off to a good start in that 41. He started dead last, and he's worked through almost half of the field. That white and red 41. He's running right now in the 7th spot. Being caught by Dave Bailey as he tries to close in on Rob Hoskins in the 37.
Donnie Lampman out in front since the drop of the green flag, and this youngster's been doing very well in that 28D here in 2023. Been very, very quick. He's got the car just kind of humming around. He's really getting better every year, and this year he's right up there in contention amongst the points leaders.
Smooth driver. Smooth is fast, and he is definitely that as Ryan Dinning trying to clear Kenny Sargent in the 25. He'll come across the nose. Look how close that top 3 runs down into 3 and 4. Dinning to the inside.
Cross flags in the air from Carter Long. 5 in, 5 to go. Lampman continues to lead over Dinning, then Sargent, Hale, and Klazinga holding down the top 5. He's getting some pressure now from Rob Hoskins as Dinning inches past Donnie Lampman down the backstretch.
Top 2 right together. Kenny Sargent just a little bit further back as Ryan Dinning leads the way by a car length over Donnie Lampman. But Lampman's not done. He works to the bottom of the racetrack, gets a good run off of turn 2.
Dinning will continue to lead down the backstretch into corner number 3. All the while, Ken Sargent beginning to reel these 2 in and maybe thinking about challenging Donnie Lampman as we come across the line to complete lap 7 with 3 to go.
Dave Bailey's picked up a couple of spots. He's up into the 6th position as the leaders close in on the 76 of Jamie Googe. Which way is he going to go? Which way are the leaders going to go as they close that gap?
Right rear flat for Melissa Miller. She'll receive the black flag. Googe gets the blue and yellow stripe flag. Moving over out of the way of the leaders with 2 laps to go for Ryan Dinning. And it's Donnie Lampman, Ken Sargent nose to tail.
Down the back straightaway, Dinning has pulled out about 5 car lengths. Donnie Lampman going to try to hold off Ken Sargent as they see the white flag. Just one more lap to go in this first qualifier for the Thunderstocks.
Final time around for Ryan Dinning. Lampman feeling pressure from Ken Sargent as they work down the back stretch for the final time. Dave Bailey, he started at the tail in this one. He's worked his way up in the top 5.
Off to turn 4 for the final time. It'll be Ryan Dinning to the win. Lampman in second, Sargent third. Then it's Hale and Bailey rounding out the top 5.
Ryan Dinning just so good. He's one of the legends here at Ohsweken Speedway over the years. Just so smooth, so fast. And no surprise with a qualifier win there.
No surprise at all. It took him a couple of weeks to get back into the groove. You could see there was just a little bit of ring rust on him, but he is sharp as a tack. Now, Greg, will you pass me the binder?
Yes, sir.
Many thanks to Mike Morris and the hard work he's putting in. We've got to thank Hunsinger's, the heat race sponsor for the Thunderstocks. Hunsinger's is your go-to business for plumbing, electrical, and heating in Haldimand, Norfolk, 6 Nations, and surrounding areas. Qualifier number 2 rolls onto the racetrack. Here's how they'll line up. On the pole from Canfield, the 03 is George Grossel. Outside of the front row in the 17W from Tilbury is Travis Whittle. Third from Thorold, the 11 is Go Fast Teeple, and fourth from Hamilton, the 43 is Kyle Andrus. Starting 5th from Binbrook, the 427 is Smokey Tim Phelan. Starting 6th from Caister Center, the 28 is Jim Lampman. Rolling off 7th in the 24R from Dundas is Rodney Rutherford, and starting 8th from Burlington, the 97 is Ron Logie. 9th from Caledonia, the 55 is Mike Thorne. 10th from Hagersville, the 23 is Trevor DeBoer. In 11th from Canfield, the 32 is Mark Fawcett. 12th from Ancaster, the 19 is Kyle Wirt. Rounding out the field from Victoria, the 84 RK is the big dog, Ryan Beagle. And outside of him from Ohsweken, the 28J is Jordan Hill.
It's the second and final qualifier of the night for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks. All drivers will make the feature event here this evening with 28 cars in attendance. Shout out to Peacemaker watching on the live stream. Glad to have you again. Friends watching. And got to wish a happy birthday to our buddy Anthony Ortono. Happy birthday. Hope you're having a good night. Watching here from the Big O. Ready to go green. Carter Long drops the flag, and we are off. Grossel and Whittle lead down into corner 1.
Kyle Andrus didn't get off to a great start. That really bottled him up, and Ron Logie in the 97. Kyle Wirt with a big move to the high side as they're stacked up 3 wide on the backstretch.
Here they come off of corner number 4. Kyle Wirt trying to get by this pack of cars using that outside line. He's right in the tire track, so Whittle as they go down into corner number 1. Grossel in the middle. Jim Lampman will go down to the bottom. Now Wirt works down the banking. He comes up into the 3rd spot trying to track down Jim Lampman. He'll get by Whittle now.
How about Rodney Rutherford in that 24? He had some serious damage last time we saw that race car and a wreck on the back straightaway. So good job by him to get that car back in race shape and have it back out here tonight.
And we got to watch on Facebook some of that piecework as it got put back together as Kyle Andrus now pulls it off into the infield. And we stay green. He's far enough off the track. Jim Lampman leading. Kyle Wirt's the point leader coming into tonight. 27 markers up on Dave Bailey in that 19 machine.
Travis Whittle continues to do a great job in the 17 car. Some of these drivers he's racing with have more years of experience than he's been alive. In fact, a lot of these drivers do.
Yeah, that's the impressive part with Travis. He's been good since arriving here at the Big O and in contention every week right there in that black 17 as he holds down the 3rd spot with Smokey right behind him. I think maybe he's gotten rid of the smoke, but we're going to still keep calling him that.
He's gotten rid of the smoke, but the decals should be on the car by now. He said they were on order. So, Abby, we need you to fly around that 427 and see if the Smokey sticker is on there yet.
Jim Lampman, Kyle Wirt, door to door now through 3 and 4. The battle for the lead. This time Bible will put down lap number 6. Lampman continues to lead with 4 to go.
Down through 1 and 2, both drivers work up to the outside of the racetrack. Kyle Wirt gets loose right in the middle of the corner, but he's able to get the car back in line and still get a great drive off the turn.
Here he comes down the hill, trying to take another run at Lampman. Not going to get the lead at the line as it's 7 on the board, 3 to go. And here comes Wirt again. He's got a good run through 2 on the bottom side. They're door to door down the backstretch.
Side by side into turn number 3. Jim Lampman up high. Kyle Wirt wants to clear him on the bottom. He's not going to be able to do it this time as they reach the stripe. There's 2 laps to go.
Side by side they go through corner number 2. Wirt edging ahead just a little bit, but here comes Lampman with a good run on the outside line. They continue wheel to wheel through 3, coming off of corner number 4 to the white flag.
One more lap. Jim Lampman keeps getting that big run off of the 4th turn. Kyle Wirt's better in 1 and 2 for sure, but Jim Lampman able to drive off of turn 4 with a big head of steam. Who's it going to be in qualifier number 2?
Checkers come out. Who's going to pick up the win? Wirt brings the rear end of the car around a little bit, and that's enough for Lampman to grab it at the line. Wirt in 2nd, Phelan 3rd. Fawcett drives up to 4th, and then I think it was Whittle 5th. In that pack with Rodney Rutherford and Ron Logie. And an uncharacteristic finish for Ryan Beagle outside of the top 5.
Doesn't surprise me on such a heavy track in the qualifier. They really shine as things start to slick up.
Very true, and as things will slick up later in the night, I'm sure Ryan Beagle will be right back at it looking for his 4th win on the season. The winningest driver so far in 2023. Looking for a tow for the 43, so we'll take a quick break and be right back here.
Tiffany Gate Fresh Gourmet. Our savory potato sides can be prepared any way you like. Serve warm or chilled, as a main or as a side. Tiffany Gate Fresh Gourmet. Create your way to great taste.
It all started for us at the racetrack, from dirt to water. We have continued to keep the adrenaline and drive to make sure that we are always in the forefront. We are driven to give our customers the absolute best in service, products, and memories with your family. No matter what your passion is, whether it's on the water, in the dirt, on the snow, or on the road, we will always be here welcoming you over and over again through the doors here at Lockhart's. You're not just a customer here, you are part of our team.
The NASCAR Pinty Series returns to the Big O for not 1, but 2 action-packed nights of NASCAR on the dirt. Ohsweken Speedway hosts the Freshstone Dirt Classic on Monday, August 14th, and the Pinty's 100 Tuesday, August 15th. Last year, the action was wild. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today. Go to npsondirt.com for tickets and camping info.
When your dream car becomes a nightmare, leaving you frustrated, stranded, and broke, you say,
"Goodbye, you piece of shit. Let's take it to TKC.
What? You gotta pee?
TKC!
Let's take this piece of shit to TKC Metal Recycling. They pay cash for scrap cars.
Yahoo!
TKC will recycle your piece of car. Got a piece of car? Visit TKC Metal Recycling, 20 Cushman Road, St. Catharines.
Early man discovered fire, but Quick Wick perfected fire. Quick Wick is the only fire starter that guarantees to start your campfire, wood stove, or fireplace without the need for kindling or paper. Find your nearest Quick Wick retailer at quickwick.com.
You're so tasty. Drive me crazy. Ain't nothing I can do.
Welcome back to Ohsweken Speedway on Slack Lumber Night. And I want to thank them for giving away some gift certificates. We're giving those away to some of our fans wearing Christmas apparel here at Christmas in July. Maybe no one's wearing any. We'll have to move to something else.
I saw someone with a Santa hat, but they made a hard left turn back under the grandstand. So let's do some shout outs as well. Uncle Mikey from Pitsy's crew, we got to say hello to him. And Tom Cole, it's his birthday tomorrow. He's going to be out here racing with us once the car is ready.
Plastics Auto Recycler Heat Race number 1 for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars. Bailey Hurd lines up on the pole. He's from Niagara Falls in the 70. John Burbridge Jr. to St. Williams in the 21. Starts second. Sean Evans inside row number 2. He's from Scotland, the 87X. Alongside Holly Porter out of Dorchester in car number 1. Starting in 5th, the Ohsweken Flyer, Glenn Stiers in car 0, going 6. Darren Dryden out of Freelton, the 12 Double D. Downtown Mitch Brown, car number 10, starts 7th. And to his outside, D-Dubs, Dylan Westbrook out of Scotland in the 47X. Green flag in the air for the first qualifying heat of the night for the 360 sprint cars.
Bailey Hurd with the advantage into turn number 1. He'll stretch that out down the back straightaway. Burbridge into second, but now Holly Porter squirts through in that number 1. She'll take the runner-up spot.
All Bailey Hurd out in front. Holly Porter trying to track him down side by side for the 3rd spot. Darren Dryden on the bottom. He'll squeeze by John Burbridge Jr. Here comes Mitch Brown and Dylan Westbrook working from the back row, trying to get their way to the front and pick up some of those passing points.
Some of the heavy hitters in the back of the pack we would have expected to move up, like Brown in the 10, the 47 of Westbrook, the 0 of Glenn Stiers, but it's the 12 Double D of Darren Dryden who's really made the gains up into that 3rd position.
Holly Porter still trying to make some ground on Bailey Hurd for that top spot. Problems for Sean Evans. He'll pull the Instapanels 87X into the infield at the halfway point.
Glenn Stiers, after having a bobble there right on the very first lap, starting to fight back. He's gotten around John Burbridge. He's only about 10 car lengths behind the battle between Mitch Brown and Dylan Westbrook for 4th.
5 on the board, 3 to go. Here comes Holly Porter trying to get that launch off the bottom at 2. She does. She'll inch ahead down in 3. Here they come this time by 2 to go. Porter pouring it on.
Bailey Hurd confident up in the top groove. That's the one thing with Holly Porter. She's not going to execute a slide job because she prefers to stay down towards the bottom.
She leads that lap, coming to the white flag now. Off the corner, still a tight battle here with one more trip around. Hurd's not done yet.
Bailey Hurd got a good run that time off of turn number 4. Holly Porter got loose in the 4th turn. Who's it going to be coming to the stripe? Porter leads the way off of turn number 4. She'll take the heat race win over Bailey Hurd. Darren Dryden 3rd, then Mitch Brown and Dylan Westbrook. Glenn Stiers, Johnny Burbridge, and rounding out the field, it'll be Sean Evans in the 87X.
Holly Porter picks up Plastic Auto Recycler Heat Race number 1 for the 360s. And I think I heard Clinton Jeffrey cue the mic. Clint?
Yeah, guys, we're going to give you our first Case IH track report for the night. And 2 weeks ago, the guys tore this all apart. This has been the biggest problem we've got here on the track is turn number 1. Ziegler and the guys tore it all apart, and they've done a great job. You can see, guys, by now we'd already have a big hole here. It's only like it should be, and a bit of a hole by turn 1. We're going to keep packing those in, but the turn 1 is infinitely better than it's been all year, guys. This is the scores so far. So that's your Case IH track report. We're going to watch turn 1 today because all the rest of the track is perfect right now.
Hey, Clint, Greg wants to know if it's time yet.
Yes, it's time.
Yes!
Okay, before we get to any of the shenanigans, just want to let everyone know we've given away all of the Slack Lumber gift certificates. So thank you to those that came with the Christmas spirit dressed up tonight. Congratulations on winning those gift certificates, and thank you to Slack Lumber for supporting tonight's racing action. Second qualifying heat onto the racetrack, going from the pole out of Grand Island, New York. In the 21K, it's Kyle Phillips alongside. Out of Caister Center in the 11, it's Jamie Turner. Starting in 3rd from Hamilton, the 19D, Alan Downey. Rolling off 4th from Thamesford, car 7 is Eric Gledhill. Starting in the 5th spot, out of Wilsonville in the 94X, it's Scott Hall.
Hey, yo.
And alongside him, last week's winner, about a couple of weeks ago, from St. Catharines in the 71, it's Mike Bowman. Rolling off in the 7th spot, out of Mount Bridge, it's car 45, Tricky Nicky, Nick Sheridan. And his outside, it's the Live Wire. Starting in 8th, Liam Martin from Binbrook in car number 9.
Good to see Scott Hall make it back to the racetrack after having some engine troubles earlier on this season.
Kind of watched some of that progress on Facebook as well as they were getting that car ready to come back, and good to see him. Long-time micro sprinter on Thursday nights, very successful driver, and has not looked out of place at all since moving up to the 360s. He's been very solid. Alan Downey hanging back here, so maybe some issues with the 19D that he wants to feel out before they go full speed. Everyone makes the A main, and if you think you have a problem, why not?
No, for sure. Better to be certain. You can't drive a sprint car unless you're confident with what it's about to do. Green flag out, Kyle Phillips out in front. Here comes Sheridan to the inside.
And just noticing on that start there, Nick Sheridan, because of some of the changes in that lineup, he ended up towards the front of the drop of the green flag, and now he's battling it out for the lead with Kyle Phillips off of corner 4. He'll squeeze it to the wall and take the lead.
One up off the racetrack. That's Eric Gledhill going through turn number 4. He loses a lot of ground out there.
Tricky Nicky brings it off of corner number 4. Kyle Phillips there in second, and Mike Bowman scored his first 360 sprint car win 2 weeks ago right here at the Big O, and really not a big surprise that he's put himself in as one of the men to beat on a Friday night, or one of the drivers to beat, I should say. And Mike Bowman, with all that experience in the modifieds, he's just been so good, so smooth.
He is a talented driver, but look at Eric Gledhill run the top of the racetrack, and I shouldn't have said it because he went over the top of the banking, but he was racing with a big head of steam in that number 7.
Liam Martin is trying to get by him in that 9 machine, but just can't do it. And right now it's all Nick Sheridan out in front. Good on him, because they've had 3 times the motor's gone south, and he's out there leading it. Hopefully he can get a full race night in that 45.
Watch Eric Gledhill. He's going to throw the car into turn 3 so he doesn't go over the banking again. But as soon as it catches, he gets a head of steam and forward progress like crazy.
Already challenging and blowing by Mike Bowman. So yeah, good eye there as Eric Gledhill is challenging now Kyle Phillips. Checkers come out. Nick Sheridan gets the win. Can Gledhill get second? Oh, they touched, but he gets the 3rd spot. Wow.
I'll tell you what, he gets a little bit of my respect for keeping his foot on the throttle. He had that car wound up tight, and that's a sketchy move. When you swing to the outside, Clinton Jeffrey and I were talking about this week because it happened to Matt Williamson and Mike Mahaney in Quebec in a modified race. When you've got a big run to the outside, the driver ahead of you has no idea that you're there. There's no mirror. So if they come up to the wall while you're making that move, you're going to eat the concrete or eat their right rear. And either way, that is no bueno.
I saw a very happy Nick Sheridan to pick up that heat race win, because it's been nothing but mechanical gremlins here in 2023 for the youngster, and to get that heat race win, that's one check mark on the night. We made it through hot laps. We won the heat. Let's see what he can do in the feature now.
With Delaware being off tonight for Monster Trucks, I'll bet you his brother Jake is back in the pits with him. So that'd be one more bit of motivation for him to want to take home that heat race win.
3rd and final qualifying heat for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack merchandising sprint cars on pole out of Beachville. Car number 5, DJ Christie. Alongside of him, out of Dunville in the 15, it's Ryan Turner. Pulling off 3rd from Ohsweken, the 77 teams, Tyler Paulus. And starting in the 4th spot from Lewiston, New York, the 81 is Derek Jonathan. Pulling off 5th from Beamsville, the 88H is Josh Hansen. Corey Turner, the 2022 champ, out of Tilsonburg, the 17X, starts 6th. And Kevin Pauls out of St. Catharines in the 46 machine starts in 7th. So 7 cars, 8 laps, final qualifier for the 360s again tonight. All cars will qualify with 23 in total here tonight.
Snail's pace down the back straightaway. DJ Christie will start on the pole, and that bright yellow number 5, Ryan Turner, our points leader, will start alongside.
Off they go down into corner number 1. Whoa, Christie on the bottom, slides up a lane, and Turner is gone. Now here comes Paulus to the inside of Christie.
Tell you what, Paulus getting some support from Kevin Loveys. And there's 2 things that'll do for you, having a crew person like that. You're going to get great setups on your race car, but you're also going to have great confidence in your race car.
And even some driving knowledge as well. Kevin's been behind the wheel more than a time or two, so yeah, you're right. That's a valuable person to be getting some knowledge from.
Battling wheel to wheel with Josh Hansen in that 88. Powless gets the advantage down the back straightaway. He'll hang on to that third spot. My goodness, that was a long slide job by Corey Turner on Derek Jonathan.
Gets by him, trying to get up there to Josh Hansen, who's had Tyler Powless pull away from him. Meanwhile, out front, it's all Ryan Turner over to EJ Christie, Tyler Powless, and Josh Hansen.
Yeah, top three cars fairly spread out. Josh Hansen even falling back from Tyler Powless in the 77 as Corey Turner trying to inch his way closer to that 88.
3 laps left to go for Ryan Turner, announced this week. He'll be going to the Knoxville 360 Nationals next week, along with a few other of the local drivers. 2 to go for Ryan Turner out in front.
Yeah, I believe Ryan and his teammate Liam Martin will be making the haul out to Iowa.
Yeah, along with Dylan Westbrook and Sean Evans also making a 4-car tandem down there.
One more lap to go. The best battle on the racetrack is for 3rd, 4th, and 5th, but even that's not entirely close. Tyler Powless has about 6 car lengths over Josh Hansen.
With the checker flag, Ryan Turner off of corner number 4 in the Nitro 54 Creative Edge. Number 15, he'll pick up the win over to EJ Christie. 3rd at the line. Great run for Tyler Powless over Josh Hansen, Corey Turner. Then it's Derek Jonathan and Kevin Pauls completing the running order for the 360 sprints. That will conclude their qualifying heats. We got some Elf Hunt winners.
Cool.
Elf Hunt winners. You hear your name, meet at the base of the flag stand. Elf Hunt winners, meet at the base of the flag stand. Here are the names. Braden Courtnidge, Alex Boonson, Wyatt and Wesley Duckers, Kendall Sarantakis, Hannah Lee, Asia Seaman, Carter Demir, and Florence Mortlaw. Please go to the base of the flag stand. You've won in tonight's Elf Hunt. I don't know how they couldn't find yours, Adam. The head's so huge on it.
Uh-huh. Hey, birthday shout out. Because I don't have a witty retort to you, Greg, so I'm just going to carry on. Happy birthday to our pole sitter from Beamsville. The 27 is Nico Hansen. Starting to his outside in the 88 from Leamington, it's Steve Conway. In 3rd, it's the pinball. Mike Giverson out of Caledonia driving the number 11. And to his outside from Paris, the 79 is Steve Miller. Starting 5th in the 54 from Stratford is Christopher French. And starting 6th from Smithville, the 6X is Mike Sarantakos. Starting 7th, it's our points leader from New Hamburg. The 21H is Ryan Hiller. And starting 8th from Brantford, the 1A is Ashton Dickey. In 9th from Cambridge, the 32L is Graydon Lyons. 10th from York, the 9 is Tim DeBoer. 11th from Waterford, the 84 is Wade Thorne. That's right, Wade Thorne's in the 84 tonight. Starting 12th from Oakland, the 24 is Lofton Schutz. 13th from St. Catharines, the 17 is Alex Riley. And 14th from Port Colborne, the 4S is Rob Sauter. And rounding out the field from Port Colborne, the 09 is Clinton Barrick.
First of 2 qualifiers for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks head off down into corner number 1. And the point leader working the bottom, but out in front it's Nico Hansen in the J&E recovery. Number 27, Steve Conway right there in that 2nd spot. Here comes French with a good run in that middle line as they work it off the corner to complete lap number 1 of 8.
Wow. What a move by Ashton Dickey in the 1A. Just carved across a couple of cars to pick up that 2nd spot. Now we'll hold off Stephen Conway and try to track down the leader, Nico Hansen, off of 4.
Tim DeBoer working that inside line. Of course, a few weeks back, came so close to his first feature win in quite a while. Lost it on the final corner, working in that 5th spot right now. Right behind him, Alex Riley, who picked up a win a couple of weeks ago in that 17 machine, getting around Stephen Conway. And I think there's problems brewing again on the 88.
Clinton Barrick in the 09 just got all sorts of sideways in turn 4. I don't know, Steve Conway's made it to lap 4. I mean, that's, given the way the season's gone, it's almost overtime.
Here comes Ashton Dickey working on the back end of the Nico Hansen 27.
Tell you what's impressive to me is that Steve Conway has made it back out every week. Like, for the problems he's had, and there's been a lot of them, car looks great, he keeps making it out, so there's no quit in the driver of the 88 as we've got a battle for the lead. Hansen with the top spot, but Ashton Dickey pokes his nose to the inside.
I'll tell you what, the night that Steve Conway went home and the trailer broke down, that would have been it for me, I think. That's like, okay, I'm done. He's still at it as now we see this battle continue to go on. Right behind it, Alex Riley's trying to break into the top 5 here. 2 laps left to go, and Tim DeBoer, wow, good save by the driver of the 9.
That looked like something on the car broke, but it doesn't seem to have. It just kicked it sideways, and he'll fall back as we are under yellow. Wade Thorne is just puttering along down the front straightaway. We've got 1 spun out in turn number 2 down to the infield. Interesting that Wade Thorne is driving the 84, because we will tell you when the time comes in the next race who's behind the wheel of the number 4 that he normally pilots.
Well, guys, down here in turn 3 and 4, it's a lot moist. There's a lot more moisture and grip down here. Pool table smooth right up to the top, though, guys. This end of the track is picture perfect tonight. I think we're going to have some great action down here. Like I said earlier, turn 1 is the only spot we're worried about, and I think it's going to be a good one here tonight, guys. They've done a fabulous job repairing this and getting ready to go in our down week last week.
There's a lot of pride goes into the preparation of this racetrack and making it better from one week to the next, and learning when something happens what they need to do to prevent bad things from happening and to encourage good things.
Yeah, we used yesterday, even during the rain, there was a new drain put in at the entrance where the cars come onto the track. Zigger, Ricky, and Glenn and the boys tore turn 1 all apart a week and a half ago, put it back together. There's new drainage going over there, and they're committed to making sure that hole is not a problem, guys.
I think you should be committed, Clint.
Today I should have been, for sure.
2 laps left to go, coming back to the Cargoese restart zone. Nico Hansen, Ashton Dickey get us back underway. The point leader right there behind Ashton Dickey in the 1A.
Down through the turn they race side by side by side. Up a turn number 2, Riley down low, Hansen in the middle as Schutz goes around in the number 24, and you can see how it happened because the evidence is hanging off the front of the 88.
White flag out one more time around. Who's going to take home the win in this? Ashton Dickey trying to pull away, but Alex Riley's got a good run going here. He started pretty deep in this one. 13 out of 15. That's really deep in this field.
Sure is. Clinton Barrick rubbed along the wall on the back straightaway. He's back up to speed now in turn 4. The win goes to Ashton Dickey. Riley 2nd, Nico Hansen 3rd, Ryan Hiller 4th, DeBoer in 5th. And I didn't see what happened to Steve Conway there in the 88, but
came down and hit the inside of the corner 4 wall and did some more damage, and then got things wound or slowed up there before he crossed the flag stand. So a rough go there for the 88 of Steve Conway, but nonetheless, Ashton Dickey picks up the win over Alex Riley as we get ready for the 2nd qualifier. And who would have thought we'd even see the sun here tonight?
I'll tell you who. The guy who didn't spend the hour before the races looking at the weather radar.
No, you were too busy watching childish things on TikTok.
So childish. I don't do TikTok. I do Instagram. All right. Qualifier number 2 for the mini stocks will line up like this. And we should mention Qualifiers for the mini stocks are brought to you by V&R Recycling, a family-owned and operated business with 2 locations to better serve you, one in West Lincoln and one in Font Hill. On the pole out of Burlington, the 76 is Sean Taylor, starting second from Welland. The 14 Double D is Dustin Duga. Third from Ohsweken, the 188 is Paul Longboat. Fourth from Guelph, the 1 is Jason Tolton. Fifth from Port Colborne, the 14L is John Lubeck. Sixth from Waterdown, the 01 is Tristan Da Silva. Seventh from Beachville, the 66 is Martin Schroeder. Eighth from Smithville, the 20J is Nathan Joyner. Scheduled to roll off ninth, but we understand he blew an engine at the end of practice. From Ancaster, the 16 is Fabio Oliveri. 10th from St. Catharines, the 4A is Mason Anderson. 11th from Linden, the 11E is Jeff Elsliger. 12th from Beamsville, the 7B is Braden Cuse. How about this? Starting in 13th out of London, the number 4, normally driven by Wade Thorne. Tonight, it has Chris Lawrence behind the wheel, Captain Crisp. 14th from Vineland, the 52 is Rick Van Cleef, and 15th out of Brantford, the 9K is Kylie Dixon. So this will be a new flavor of racing for Chris Lawrence. He's sort of the king of the bone stocks down at Delaware. They've got a fleet of those race cars.
Green flag goes up in the air. Second qualifier for the HOW Automotive Mini Stocks underway. Wow.
My top secret informant, I got a message saying Fabio blew up, so he must be pedaling awful quick out there. Twitch it.
And Tristan Da Silva. He's got the Elvis lip curl going on the left front there of the 01 machine as he comes off of corner number 4. That was a wild 4-wide start.
He's all shook up. John Lubeck out in front, but here comes Jeff Elsliger in the 11. Elsliger to the outside, down into turn number 3.
Taylor right behind in that third position. Duking it out with Martin Schroeder tonight in the 66. Anderson right behind him. Here comes Elsliger around the outside of Lubeck in the 14L.
John Taylor hanging on to third, just ahead of the 66 of John Jansen's. Sorry, Martin Schroeder in the 66.
Three on the board. 5 to go for Jeff Elsliger. 2 feature wins so far this year. He can't win tonight. He didn't bring us any of the Springer meat sticks.
Ooh, that was
He's got Brett Stratford on his tail halfway home. 4 in, 4 to go in the final qualifying heat of the night.
Things spread out a little bit on the racetrack as Smulders has an issue there in the 00, loses some speed in turn number 4. Driver with no issue right now. Jesse Costa continues to pull away. Almost a 2.5 second advantage or half a straightaway over Steve Murdoch for that top spot.
2 to go this time. Yes, it is. 2 to go this time by 6 on the board for Jesse Costa. Had to be sure there, but Costa stretching it. Right now it's Murdoch second, Gartley third. Oh. Stratford hasn't been able to claw any closer as Canatiel goes a little off track there in corner number 4. We stand to the green with 1 lap left to go.
Look it back down into the racing groove as Steve Murdoch swings to the outside. Coming off of turn number 4 for the final time, Jesse Costa going to take the win. Coming home second, it'll be Murdoch in the 2. Third to Gartley, then Brett Stratford 4th. 5th to Gledhill, and then it's Slate, Smulders, March, and Cadman.
So that concludes our qualifying heats on the night, and I can see the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks already lined up over there on the warm-up track and ready for their 20-lap feature event here on the evening, brought to you by Slack Lumber. As Abby gives us a shot from overhead here at the Speedway, that beautiful VIP suite down there in corner number 3, and here are the Thunderstocks rolling out for the first feature of the night.
We welcome our fans back on the stream. Tell all your friends it is feature time here at the Big O. The Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks will line up like this. On the pole from Tilbury, the 17W is Travis Whittle, starting second from Hagersville. The 24 is Mike Lazinga. Third from Caister Center, the 28D is Donnie Lampman, and fourth in the 427 from Binbrook, Smoky Tim Phelan. Starting fifth from Hamilton, the 25 is Ken Sargent. Sixth from Caister Center, the 28 is Jim Lampman. Seventh in the 37 out of Harley, it's Rob Hoskins. Eighth out of Dundas, the 24R is Rodney Rutherford. Ninth from Guelph, the 79 is Chris Hale. 10th out of Burlington, the 97 is Ron Logie. Starting 11th in the 53 from Jerseyville, it's Logan Schwedick. And in 12th, it's Mikey Bobby Mike Thorne in the 55 out of Caledonia. Starting 13th in the 8 out of Hagersville, it's Ryan Dinning. Alongside him, also from Hagersville, the 23 is Trevor DeBoer. 15th from Canfield, the 32 is Mark Fawcett. 16th from Hamilton, the 07 is Scott McPhail. 17th from Ancaster, it's our points leader, the 19 of Kyle Wirt. And to his outside from Hagersville, the 49 is Dave Bailey. 19th out of Victoria, it's the big dog, the 84 RK, Ryan Beagle. 20th from Caister Center, the 41 is Adam Plazik. 21st from Welland, the 96-0 is John Overholt. 22nd from Thorold, the 11 is Go Fast Teeple. Starting 23rd from London, the 76 is Jamie Googe. Starting 24th from Canfield, the 03 is George Grossel. 25th from Ohsweken, the 93 is Melissa Miller. 26th from Ohsweken, the 28J is Jordan Hill. 27th from Brantford, the 13 is Casey Huffman, and rounding out the field from Hamilton, the 43 is Kyle Andrus.
White flag displayed. Next time by, we'll get at it with our first feature of the night. Folks, get your fan appreciation tickets ready. The first break in action, I'll call out our winners. So your tickets that you got on your way into the Speedway tonight, we'll do the fan appreciation draw. The first break in action we have this evening. We also have our program prize draw to get through as well. We're not doing an intermission. We want to keep the program rolling. And how about this? Let's do the sights and sounds of the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks as they come to the green flag. Our first feature of the night, the Quick Fire it up for our Thunderstocks. Well, 2 laps complete, and Adam, I don't know how we made it through those 2 laps.
They were trying to crash.
Wow, they're still at it. 4 wide down the back stretch. I don't see this many places.
No sign of lifting for anybody involved in that 4 wide. Ryan Dinning gets the best of that one on the inside, and that number 8. Out in front, it is all Mike Klazinga in Blake Bombery's number 24. As Dave Bailey has to bite the brakes to avoid contact with Rodney Rutherford. Contact between Tim Phelan and the 17 of Travis Whittle.
Still, we stay green. Phelan's trying to reel it in off the 4th turn wall, and he gets the ship straightened out. And we stay green. My, oh my, we've had about 5 or 6 crashes that should have been so far. And all the while, Mike Klazinga's thinking, it's nothing. He's out in front by a country mile.
Giving that car a great drive. I don't know if Phelan has a flat right rear tire or what, but that car looks like a real handful for the driver of the 427. But he's back up to speed now. No, he's going to take it off into the pits off of turn number 1 and 2.
You know it's a rough night when Dave Bailey's got body damage and the back bumper's hanging off the 49 as he goes by the flag stand. 1 down to the inside of corner 3, the wrong way, Jordan Hill, and that will put us under the caution flag for the first time in this, and a chance for all the drivers to catch their breath. Whoa, as Jordan pulls up in front of the leader. 6 on the board, 14 to go. All right, fan appreciation ticket draw first. Adult, we're going to go to break on GeForce TV.
Tiffany Gate Fresh Gourmet. Our savory pasta sides can be prepared any way you like. Serve warm or chilled, as a main or as a side. Tiffany Gate Fresh Gourmet. Create your way to great taste.
You're so tasty. Drive me crazy. Crazy, crazy. Ain't nothing I can do.
The NASCAR Pinty Series returns to the Big O for not one, but two action-packed nights of NASCAR on the dirt. Ohsweken Speedway hosts the Freshstone Dirt Classic on Monday, August 14th, and the Pinty's 100 Tuesday, August 15th. Last year, the action was wild. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today. Go to npsondirt.com for tickets and camping info.
Back live at Ohsweken Speedway on G-Force TV as we're ready to go back to the green flag. We'll continue with our program prize draw at the next break. Continue to get all these features in. We're keeping an eye on the clouds, and we're back to the green flag with 14 laps left to go.
Ryan Denning gets out in front. Klazinga going to try to roll the top, but Dave Bailey in the 49 rolling the bottom. Side by side go Bailey and Denning for the lead, but Klazinga looking to shoot the gap. Yellow flag is out. Scott McPhail's engine is angry on the back straightaway.
And he's going to pull away from that one, although we had three safety trucks there on scene. So McPhail left front flat. Front end's a little messed up there on the 07 machine. Jordan Hill's got all sorts of damage. He's going to the pit area.
Wow, Scott McPhail's car dog tracking down into the corner.
I think we got some candy being given away down here at the flag stand as well. Kids, you want some free candy? Adam, stay in your seat. There's free candy down there for the kids. So go down and see Santa Claus.
I'm a big kid.
Oh, yes, you are.
We're going to need Santa to move away from the fence, though, because we're trying to go back racing, and it's not the best plan.
As more kids as we just got to. I think we're going back to the green flag. Everyone stay safe, stay away from the fence, please, as we get ready to come back to the green flag. We'll get back to the program prize draw in a moment as well. Still 6 on the board, 14 to go. Klazinga and Denning back through the Cargo Ease restart zone, and we're back on it.
Donnie Lantman with a bit of a problem coming to the green flag. He moves up the racetrack, not quite getting up to speed as quick as the others, but it looks like he's up. No, it's not. He's working up towards the wall, possibly a flat right front on the 28 or something that's preventing him from being able to steer that race car.
All the while, Dave Bailey now to the outside of the 8 of Ryan Denning, looking for the lead off of corner number 2. They're door-to-door down the backstretch. The veterans going at it at the front. One around down in corner number 2. It's Adam Plazik.
He'll get that car in the right direction. Will remain under green as we stay side by side for the lead. Bailey up high. Denning down low as Bailey squeezes the 8 of Denning down the racetrack through 1 and 2.
Down the backstretch they go. Bailey out in front. That back bumper flapping in the breeze. Ryan Denning in the second spot as they cross the line. 9 on the board. We're 1 shy of the halfway point.
Man, Dave Bailey has damage on the back of that car. Ryan Beagle, the right side of the 84, is all punched in as he's working behind Ron Logie in the 97 and the 24 of Mike Klazinga, trying to break his way into the top 5 as Kyle Wirt gets up over the banking in 3 and 4.
Dave Bailey out in front at the halfway point of this one. Denning holding down second, then it's Hoskins and Rutherford. Ron Logie in the 5th position.
That's where the real battle start is, back there around 5th for Ron Logie. He's right behind him. He's got Ryan Beagle in the 84, and we are under yellow. John Overholt around in turn number 2.
And actually, Kyle Wirt is 2 laps down when he wasn't going over the banking, he was coming out of the pits. I didn't see it either, but I thought he was coming out of the pits. So problems for Kyle Word. That's the point leader.
Guys, just want to bring up to speed on some of the stuff we've got going on next week. Of course, we've got twin 14s in honor of Noel Teal. It is Memorial Night, so we'll also be having our Brock Leonard 50-lapper for these Thunderstocks and our 42-lap mini stock race in honor of Art Hill. The other thing we're going to have is Noah's Dash. It's the first time ever here at the Speedway. We're going to have mini stocks, racing Thunderstocks, racing crate sprints, all in the same dash. So if you've never seen that before, it's going to be super exciting. Make sure you're here for Memorial Night next week, guys.
Okay, quick question, Clint, because some people are asking on the live stream. Dave Bailey's got that loose bumper. What is the ruling on that? Why is he not made to go to the pits to pull that off? That's the question being asked.
Great question. Doug Leonard and the guys will assess it. Normally we'll let something like that, a rubber or plastic body piece, can hang. If it was metal, they would send him off. They've looked at it. They've talked about it. It's secure. He will be able to continue.
Perfect.
And that's totally it. That's not a bumper hanging off. That's a plastic bumper cover that's hanging down. So
better to be transparent than just pretend it's not hanging off and get the answer for you, the folks watching. And that's why Dave Bailey is still out in front. And that transaxle number 49 with Ryan Denning to the outside.
Bailey gets out by a couple of car lengths over Denning, who's trying to battle with Rob Hoskins, and the 37 who drives it deep into 3 and spins around in front of the field. Everybody able to avoid Hoskins, but they weren't all able to avoid each other as Chris Hale in the 79 and the 25 of Kenny Sargent get hooked together up off the end of turn number 3.
This might take a little bit of time to separate these two cars. So Spencer, I think maybe what we'll do is go to a quick break and be right back. You're on G-Force TV.
When your dream car becomes a nightmare, leaving you frustrated, stranded, and broke, you say,
Goodbye, you piece of Let's take it to TKC.
What? You gotta pee?
TKC!
Let's take this piece of to TKC Metal Recycling. They pay cash for scrap cars.
Yahoo!
TKC will recycle your piece of car. Got a piece of car? Visit TKC Metal Recycling, 20 Cushman Road, St. Catharines.
Ohsweken Speedway Racing on G-Force TV is brought to you by Tiffany Gate. Indulge in a world of fresh meals, sides, salads, and more.
Tiffany Gate Fresh Gourmet presents Friday night excitement here at Ohsweken Speedway. There you see the damage to the front of the Chris Hale 79 machine. Clinton Jeffries down
Yeah, guys, so they were hooked together here. We pulled the Kenny Sargent car out. They were hooked right here, bumper on bumper. This is the only damage Hale has to deal with. Both their tires are in good shape. We are good to go. Ken Schrader, that came out today, will be racing both Sunset on the weekend before our big event, and will be here competing in both the NASCAR Pinty Series events. So excited for that.
Man, oh man, did Abby ever do a good job at capturing all the action there. We got some fans who want to wish the best of health to Diane and Bill Canowin, who can't be with us tonight, but they're watching on G-Force TV, and that's from the Pilgrim family.
You know, I want to send a shout out to Alex and Janine Schutz. I hear there's a big 50th party going on this weekend, and congratulations to them. Big supporters, installation, everything we've been doing here for many years. And all the best to Janine and Alex Schutz. Trouble for Chris Hale, guys. He stopped here on the outside of turn 3 once again. We were getting ready to go back to it, so we'll see what he needs.
And we've got, the commentary is always fantastic on the live stream, and there's a lot of speculation about the politics involved with Dave Bailey being able to stay out on the racetrack. Dave Bailey is the unofficial mayor of Turn 4 at Ohsweken, so he gets some favors out there. No, it's a piece of plastic hanging down. It is much different from other situations where people have been sent to the pits. If you have a piece of the car that could come off of the car and become a projectile and cause harm to other racers or to fans, they'll pull you off the racetrack. If they look and see it is a piece of plastic that's not going to cause any physical harm, they'll leave them on the racetrack. There's no politics, there's no payola, although I have seen, no, I haven't.
And a piece like that, if it fell off and was sitting on the track, we'd probably stay green anyways with that piece of plastic.
Exactly. No, great assessment of the situation as we're about to go back to green. Travis Whittle catching up to the field after heading down into the pits. Green flag is out, 9 laps to go.
Bailey and Dinning at the front. Rodney Rutherford, we've talked about that story earlier on in the night, getting that car piece back together, having a great run out in front. Ryan Beagle, we haven't talked about him at all tonight, or at least not very much. He's right back into the thick of it. No surprise. He's got 3 wins on the season. That's the most so far in this division.
Trevor DeBoer in that top 5 as well in the 23 machine. He's visited victory lane this year as Dave Bailey has pulled away about 8 car lengths over Ryan Dinning. But kryptonite, that's what we could call Ryan Beagle. He is Dave Bailey's kryptonite because he has got the best of that 49 machine this season. He's working in that battle for 2nd and 3rd. He has taken the long way around up on the high side, but it gives him a big run off the corner.
He's got a huge chunk of that right rear quarter panel gone on the 84 RK as he works it off of corner number 4 and across the stripe another time. Bailey holding on, but Dinning, gets a little loose in corner number 2. That allows Beagle to get a good run on him for 2nd.
It'll be 5 laps to go. This time, Dave Bailey again out in front by a margin. Side by side, they battle for 2nd. It's Dinning down low. Beagle will get the spot at the stripe. Oh, trouble in turn 4.
Will we stay? No, yellow flag will come out. Rob Hoskins again goes around, puts us under the caution flag with 5 to go. Good seat time out there for Jamie Googe in the 76 tonight. Good to see that for him. It's valuable seat time for Jamie, as he's had nothing but gremlins and problems with that number 76 machine. But to get out here, run the full feature, that's great. I know Tommy's here tonight working in the pits.
Everyone has a different measuring stick for what makes a night successful. Sometimes it's just getting to that checkered flag. Who's it gonna be? Dave Bailey out in front, but Ryan Beagle, who has been his biggest nemesis this year, runs in the 2nd spot. Dave Bailey is 2nd in points. Is 27 points behind our points leader Kyle Wirt. Ryan Beagle is another 15 points behind them, so this should tighten things up at the front of the grid.
Kyle Wirt right now 3 laps down, 20th place, so this is a great chance for Dave Bailey to come out and maybe come out on top of the points after tonight's racing. So we'll see how this all shakes out, but Kyle Wirt not having a point leader type of night that you'd want to have. And now with 5 laps left to go, back through the Cargo Ease restart zone. Dave Bailey gets back on it. Now he's got his familiar nemesis, Ryan Beagle, right there to the outside as they go through 1 and 2.
Beagle going to defend the bottom through 1 and 2. Dave Bailey has been running the bottom of the racetrack. Ryan Beagle has been racing way up to the outside. Let's see who can make it faster around this racetrack. Will it be Dave Bailey? So many feature wins to his credit. Or will it be Ryan Beagle or any one of the 15 other racers right behind them, chasing them down the back straightaway?
Back down into corner number 3 they go. Beagle working that outside line. Let's see what he can do off of 4. That car is strong off the 4th corner. He'll draw up alongside the 49. Back down into corner number 1 with 3 laps left to go. Beagle's got the car off of the corners. Let's see what he can do this time.
Dave Bailey in Victory Lanes has been very polite about Beagle taking the wins. He talks about how much he enjoys racing him, but somewhere he's got to think, look, that 84 has to stop getting the best of me, as Ryan Beagle leads lap number 18.
Edge is ahead there at the line. On lap 18, they've got the slower car, Jamie Googe, right in front, right in the path of Ryan Beagle. Here they come to the white flag. Bailey edges back in front. Beagle at the line, though, with 1 to go.
Beagle up high, now pinching down on the 49 of Bailey. Bailey will keep his nose to the inside. It's going to be a battle through 3 and 4 the final time, Greg.
This time Beagle goes down low, forces Bailey up high off a corner 4. They come, double checkers in the air. Beagle gets win number 4 on the season.
3rd place goes to Ryan Denning. Trevor DeBoer and Mark Fawcett round out the top 5. Another fabulous Thunderstock feature event. And we are foregoing Victory Lane here this evening, as we have a replay of that final lap. Bailey got a good run down to the bottom and then realized the inside is not going to be available to him in 3 and 4, so he headed up high, Greg.
Bailey had every opportunity to nudge him, get into him, didn't do it. Nice clean racing, and we've seen this sight many a time before, the 84 and the 49, but I don't think we've seen them both as battered as we did tonight. Both cars showing some wounds there as they crossed at the checkered flag. So congratulations, Ryan Beagle, win number 4. As we'll take a quick break and be back with a 360 feature.
The NASCAR Pinty Series returns to the Big O for not 1, but 2 action-packed nights of NASCAR on the dirt. Ohsweken Speedway hosts the Freshstone Dirt Classic on Monday, August 14th, and the Pinty's 100 Tuesday, August 15th. Last year, the action was wild. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today. Go to npsondirt.com for tickets and camping info.
Ohsweken Speedway Racing on GeForce TV is brought to you by Pinty's, making great food fun. And by Quick, the world's best fire starter.
Tiffany Gate Fresh Gourmet presents Friday Night Excitement. It's Slack Lumber Night, Christmas in July at Ohsweken Speedway. I'm Greg Kellen, with me Adam Ross, Clinton Jeffrey down trackside. We get ready for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Car main event. Starting on the pole for this one out of Freelton, the 12 Double D, it's Darren Dryden alongside him. Grand Island, New York, the 21K, it's Kyle Phillips. Starting in 3rd out of Beachville, car number 5 is DJ Christie. To his outside from Dunville, the point leader in car number 15, it's Ryan Turner. Starting in 5th out of Dorchester, car number 1 is Holly Porter. And starting in 6th, out of Niagara Falls in the 70, it's Bailey Hurd. Starting 7th from Mount Bridges, the 45, Tricky Nicky Nick Sheridan. And going off from the 8th spot, downtown, Mitch Brown out of Brantford in car number 10. Rolling off 9th out of Thamesford, car number 7 is Eric Gledhill. And Mike Bowman starts in the 10th spot. He's in car 71. Going off 11th out of Scotland, 47X, D-Dubs, Dylan Westbrook. Starting alongside him in the 12th position from Ohsweken, the 77 team, Tyler Pallas. 13th starting spot goes to Josh Hansen from Beamsville in the 88H. And starting at 14th from Tilsburg, the 17X is Corey Turner. Lining up 15th out of Benbrook, the live wire, Liam Martin in car number 9. To his outside from Caister Center, car 11 is Jamie Turner. Starting 17th It's the Ohsweken Flyer, Glenn Stiers in car number 0 to his outside. Starting 18th out of Lewiston, New York, the 81 is Derek Jonathan. 19th starting position is where we find Alan Downey from Hamilton, the 19D, and Kevin Pauls in the 46 from St. Catharines starts 20th. 21st out of St. Williams, the 21 of John Burbridge Jr., and going off 22nd out of Wilsonville in the 94X, it is Scott Hall.
Hey, yo.
And going off 23rd out of Scotland, the 87X of Sean Evans. 23 cars, 25 laps the distance as we get ready for feature number 7 on the season for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars.
Problem for Alan Downey. He takes that 19 machine off into the pit. Sean Evans did not make the call for the feature event. So Alan Downey might miss this feature event. The white flag being displayed next time off of turn number 4. We will start things up. I'm not sure he'll be able to address whatever's wrong with that 19 and get back out to the staging area where he'd need to be to get pushed back off.
2x2, 11 rows of beautifully prepared sprint cars ready to come to life. Strickland GMC Pace Truck pulls off on the backstretch. Ladies and gentlemen, you came looking for a show. Well, here you go. Let's end all the anticipation as they bring out the yellow flag and cancel all of our anticipation.
I wish, wow, you made it rhyme. I wish I had a sound effect for like a balloon losing all its air.
Well, guys, I think they're trying to get that 19 of Allen in. They have called him to the track. Here he comes, so they're still trying to get it fired up.
Still not
going.
And it
has not fired, guys.
Still yellow. There we go.
Now remember, back in the heat races, he trailed back at the start of his heat, leaving a sizable gap. But then once the green flag flew, he drove up through, made a couple of passes. He will have to go to the back. You get one chance to get pushed off and get your qualified spot. If you need to be pushed off again, the only reason is for safety. If your seatbelts come undone or if the steering wheel's not quite right. But Alan Downey going to have to start at the back. Darren Dryden up front in the 12 Double D. Kyle Phillips on the outside of the front row.
Green flag in the air from the flag stand, and we are underway. Feature number 7 of 2023 for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars, and it's Darren Dryden out in front.
Wow, contact deeper in the field between Glenn Stiers and Liam Martin. Sent Liam's car, the front end of it, up into the air. Everybody able to keep on going. Out in front, Darren Dryden leads the way.
DJ Christie working that outside line. That's where he likes to get things done in that 5 machine. That bright yellow wing tracking down Darren Dryden as they go into corner number 1. He got a great entry into the corner, not so hot off the corner. That's where Darren Dryden pulls away a little bit.
Man, Glenn Stiers, that 0 car is evil for Glenn right now. He's really struggling with the handling of that machine. Darren Dryden, though, working the inside groove to perfection. We're getting a great run off the turn.
Time by 4 will go on the board for Darren Dryden, multi-time crate sprint car winner in his rookie campaign in that 3M. Number 12, DD. Here comes DJ Christie, still digging away at the top, but just can't make up enough ground as Darren Dryden very quick on the inside line right now.
Tell you one thing Darren will want to do as this race stays green is try different grooves on the racetrack, because when he catches the back of the field, you just don't know what line's going to be available.
Scott Hall into the infield as we stay under the green flag, but out in front, Darren Dryden continuing to lead over DJ Christie. Then it's Kyle Phillips in the 3rd spot, Ryan Turner 4th, and Holly Porter having a great night tonight. Ran well in the heat, up in the 5th spot right now. She's got Dylan Westbrook tracking her down in the 6th spot.
DJ Christie, it's looking spectacular up high. Lots of steering, that car's doing lots of things. Darren Dryden is going faster, just being smooth on the bottom of the racetrack.
And DJ cooked it off of corner number 2 that time. Lost a ton of real estate to Darren Dryden In the 12 DD, he's got the back of the pack as Derek Jonathan is the first car that Darren Dryden will try to put a lap down, and he will do so down the backstretch.
Lap traffic is always the separator. You've got to be aggressive, make those decisions quickly, and Darren Dryden's going to get it. As tonight, the night he gets that first 360 sprint car victory, it very well could be, Greg.
Pressure ratcheting up now for the second spot as Kyle Phillips has caught DJ Christie. Phillips running down the inside line, and here comes Ryan Turner. He's caught both of those drivers. Dylan Westbrook.
Christie.
Oh, Christie down into Dylan Westbrook. That breaks the left front. He'll spin it around and put us under the caution flag. That could have been a whole lot worse.
DJ Christie was out of control from the middle of 3 and 4. And it took him all, I thought he was going to clobber the hay bales on the outside of turn 4. He made it back onto the racetrack, but his momentum took him down across the front end of Dylan Westbrook.
That's a whole lot of broken front end.
You know it is, but how quickly can an all-star circuit of champions caliber team, Clinton, replace a front end?
Not in 2 minutes that they're going to have here tonight, guys. They're going to quickly run out of time. They've got all kinds of issues. They got the brake line caught around the torsion arm. You got the steering link here. Everything is a mess. This is not a 2-minute fix. This is going to be a big problem for Dylan Westbrook, guys. And we all saw what happened there. I'm sure he's going to have some words for the 5 at the end of this one.
You know what, Clinton? I doubt it. Because DJ lost control. You could see at the end, Westbrook saw what was going on. He tried to take evasive action, so watch this replay. Westbrook could see what was going on. He just couldn't turn left quick enough. The speed shot kind of showed it a little bit better, Spencer. If you can give us that replay again. So we look at that beautiful 12 double D. So look at it from this shot. There's Christie way out of control, but watch how the 47, you could see Dylan Westbrook way back into the corner, had already tried turning that car, rotating it a little bit harder. There was just no way he could miss the 5 the way Christie was coming down the racetrack.
Yeah, I think that's my point, Adam. We have too many young drivers out here just giving it when it isn't your turn. If it's not the turn, lift off, gather it back up, and don't wreck other guys. I mean, DJ's not the only one that got caught by that. We've seen a few guys that nearly got wrecked, and every week we see more and more carelessness. It's going to bite these guys. Sometimes you just got to back down and gather it up.
If you're going to back down and gather it up, go race something that's not a sprint car. I want to watch these drivers hammer down. And I respectfully disagree with your stance, but I respect your opinion. But everybody that we've watched in recent years, that's how Mac DeMan became the highlight man, was by not backing down. Hell, he was airborne half the time, but still hard on the throttle.
Look, when you're out of control and running over other drivers, that's a problem.
Isolated incident.
Back to the Cargo Ease restart zone. Let's do a quick, fired up with the 360s. Home in this one, and it's Darren Dryden being chased by the point leader Ryan Turner as they work it down the backstretch. DJ Christie third.
I will say this about the situation. I'm shocked that Christie didn't have to go to the back as an involved car. He runs in that third spot right now, trying to hold off Holly Porter in the 1, and the 10 of Mitch Brown is out in front. Darren Dryden continues to run that bottom line to perfection.
Well, he might have gotten away with that, guys, but he will be going back 2 spots for a jump on the restart, according to Doug Leonard. So there will be a bit of a penalty on the 5, but yeah, didn't get put back for being involved.
Quietly, Mitch Brown now works his way into the 4th spot. Doing a nice job is downtown. Mitch Brown of the Juicy Jays, car number 10. Holly Porter fighting back on the bottom, though, as Darren Dryden continues to lead.
Holly Porter might have just learned something there. Her car slid up about 2 grooves, and there's a lot more bite as you get up into the tacky stuff in 1 and 2. She'll keep that car on the bottom as Liam Martin just about caught the wall in turn number 2.
Back into heavy lap traffic here will go the leaders as Ryan Turner's closing the gap on Darren Dryden, and we got one around. Tyler Powless goes sideways in corner number 3, and look at the damage on the front of Mitch Brown's car number 10. On the top wing, they're all crumpled back.
Was it Dave Bailey's bumper cover?
Wow. Is it a full moon tonight? There's Tyler Powless around the 77T.
Looks like mostly an innocent spin for Tyler Powless as he'll wait to get pushed off. Let's give you a rundown. Darren Dryden is the race leader in the 12 Double D. The 15 of Ryan Turner is second. Mitch Brown is third in the number 10. The 1 of Holly Porter is fourth. Then it's DJ Christie rounding out the top 5 in the number 5. 6th through 10th, it's Kyle Phillips in the 21. The 9 of Liam Martin. The 17 of Corey Turner. The 88 Josh Hansen. And the 70 Bailey Hurd. We make it to the choose rule, everybody deciding where they want to be. In 11th, it's Alan Downey in the 19D. The 0 of Glenn Stiers runs 12th. Mike Bowman in the 71 is 13th. Eric Ledhill in the 7 is 14th. Nick Sheridan is 15th on the 45. Then is John Burbridge Jr. Jamie Turner in the 11, the 46, Evan Pauls. 81, Derek Jonathan in the 77T of Tyler Powless. Those are all your cars, the top 20 on the lead lap.
8 laps left to settle it. Darren Dryden's been out in front since the drop of the green flag. Ryan Turner's been closing in on him. Mitch Brown in the 3rd spot, still with that top wing damage, but it's not slowing him down at this point.
No, it sure doesn't seem to be, as Brown up in 3rd. Liam Martin with a good restart. He'll take the 4th spot. Battle for the lead side by side. It's Darren Dryden and Ryan Turner. Turner stuck a nose to the outside. Couldn't get the drive he needed.
Off a corner 4 they come, this time by 6 left. Turner is right there in the tail tank. He comes down low on Darren Dryden, tries to find room along the wall, can't get it. It's still Dryden into 3.
Darren Dryden knows he's there for sure. He's felt him on the outside. He's seen him on the inside. Turner to the outside again. Darren Dryden continues to lead that lap, and here goes Turner, nosed out in front of the 12 Double D.
Man, close side-by-side racing between Ryan Turner and Darren Dryden. Off the corner they come, 4 laps left to go. As Darren Dryden looking for his first, sees Ryan Turner slip ahead of him into 1.
Turner out in front, he'll open up 6-7 car lengths over the 12 Double D. Mitch Brown solidly in the 3rd spot in the 10, but here comes Liam Martin. He'll look to the middle groove to try to find some speed off of turn 4.
Down into corner number 1 goes the leader. Lap cars are in the sight of the leader, but with only 3 laps left to go. Not sure if they'll play a factor just yet. It could be. Darren Dryden still digging away with 2 laps left to go.
This race is definitely far from over as they work down through 1 and 2. Ryan Turner running that same line Darren Dryden used beautifully, getting a great drive off the corner, but then in 3 and 4 he moves up to the high groove on the track.
White flag out, 1 more trip around for Ryan Turner, looking for career win number 5 here at Ohsweken Speedway. He'll set sail past Derek Jonathan into 3.
Down through 3 and 4 for the final time. Ryan Turner sees the checkered flags in the air. He'll take the win over Darren Dryden and Mitch Brown.
Holly Porter at the line takes home the 4th spot over Liam Martin. Corey Turner up to 6th. DJ Christie 7th. 8th Kyle Phillips. 9th Josh Hansen and Alan Downey. Alan Downey with all those problems crosses the line in 10th. How about that?
That's a good motivator for Alan Downey, right? He'll get to the pits and he'll feel pretty good about that run, overcoming the challenges that he overcame.
Take a quick break and we'll be right back here on G-Force TV. Ladies and gentlemen, you came looking for a show. Well, here you go.
Ohsweken just races like a big, fast track.
Oh, trouble in turn number 4.
We're Dunsky.
You got it, okay?
That's unbelievable.
Oh, Victor Bomberry found his limits.
I don't know what the hell happened. If you can't afford to wreck it, don't race it. Yeah, what he said.
Ohsweken Speedway Racing on G-Force TV is brought to you by Mighty Wipes, the strongest wipe around. And by NTN, delivering the ultimate bearing experience.
Back live at Ohsweken Speedway on G-Force TV. 2 features left to go. HRW Automotive Mini Stocks on the racetrack as they get ready for their 15-lap main event.
Here's how they're going to line up on the pole. Out of Beamsville, the 27 is Nico Hansen. Starting second from Burlington, the 76 is Sean Taylor. The 88's from Leamington, it's Steve Conway. And out of Paris comes the 79, Steve Miller. In 5th from Guelph, the 1 is Jason Tolton. 6th from Stratford, the 54 is Chris French. 7th from Port Colborne, the 14L is John Lubick. 8th from Smithfield, the 6X is Mike Sarantakos. 9th from Waterdown, the 01 is Tristan De Silva. 10th from New Hamburg, the 21H is Ryan Hiller. 11th from Beachville, the 66 is Martin Schroeder. And 12th out of Brantford, the 1A is Ashton Dickey. 13th from Smithfield, the 20J is Nathan Joyner. 14th from York, the 9 is Tim DeBoer. 15th from St. Catharines, the 4A is Mason Anderson. 16th in the 11E out of Linden, it's Jeff Elsliger. 17th from Beamsville, the 7B is Braden Cuse. 18th from St. Catharines, the 17 is Alex Riley. 19th in the 4 out of London is Chris Lawrence. And 20th from Port Colborne, the 09 is Clinton Barrett. 21st from Port Colborne, the 4S is Rob Sauter. 22nd from Brantford, the 9K is Kylie Dixon. 23rd from Cambridge, the 32L is Creighton Lyons. 24th from Welland, the 14 Double D is Dustin Duga. 25th from Oakland, the 24 is Lofton Schutz. 26th from Ancaster, the 16 is Fabio Oliveri. 27th from Caledonia, the 11 is Mike Guyverson. 28th from Vineland, the 52 is Rick Van Cleef. And rounding out the field from Waterford is the 84 of Wade Thorne. Our Lockhart's ones to watch. Nico Hansen in the 27. And our points leader, Ryan Hiller, in the 21H as they're locked up coming to the green flag. Boy, did that ever bottle things up.
Yeah, Jeff Elsliger was in some trouble there. Mike Sarantakos out to the wall in corner number 2. And somehow we're still green flag racing with Nico Hansen, Jason Tolton, nose to tail, and then everything behind that's a bit of a hornet's nest.
It sure is, all through the top 10. From 4th back to about 15th. It's hard to tell how many there are, Greg, when they're 4 wide through the turns, 2 rows deep.
Just say most of the field is in that clump right now. They're spread out behind that, but it's all right now. Nico Hansen's got a good spot. He's got clear track in front of him, no one beside him, but it is bunched up behind.
You can be 4 car lengths off the lead running in 12th. Trouble. Elsliger in the 11 makes contact with Martin Schroeder. Mike Sarantakos gets the raw end of the deal there. He'll get back onto the racetrack along with Chris French in turn number 2, but Martin Schroeder got pushed right off into the pits.
And we're still green. 3 on the board. 12 to go. Hansen, Tolton, and here's your point leader to the outside of Tristan De Silva. And he has to let off the throttle there in that 21H.
Savvy move by Tristan De Silva, moving up just far enough that Ryan Hiller had no lane. He had to check up just a little bit. They're still side by side. Hiller with the spot at the stripe, but he's bottled up behind the one of Jason Tolton with nowhere to go.
Down the backstretch they go. 3 wide is the deal right behind the leader. Ashton Dickey of that extreme bottom. De Silva in the middle. Tolton to the outside. They're stacked 3 wide behind that. Looking to make it 4 in front. Wow.
And I'm not sure if Wade Thorne's driving that 4 car or if that's Chris Lawrence, because they're driving like Wade Thorne out there.
Oh, turned on the backstretch was Tolton. Down into De Silva, and somehow they're still going. Wow.
Nico Hansen by 6 car lengths at the stripe over Ashton Dickey. They're side by side for third. Alex Riley down low. Ryan Hiller up high. Sean Taylor getting pushed across the racetrack. He'll try to make his way back down onto the banking in turn number 2.
Not a lot of playing nice in this feature here tonight. Nico Hansen out in front over Ashton Dickey. Then it's Alex Riley and the 21H as the leaders catch some lap traffic. Here comes Dickey to the outside of Nico Hansen. He's going to have to pick a line. He'll tuck in behind the leader.
Yeah, Nico Hansen didn't leave Ashton Dickey much of a choice there. Ashton Dickey says, no problem, I'll drive to the inside in turn number 3 and steal the lead away at the halfway point of this one.
Ashton Dickey, he's got to win this year in that 1A machine. Here comes Nico Hansen and Alex Riley also with a feature win. He's down to the inside of the 1A as they go down into corner number 3. 3-car breakaway at the front.
What a battle we're seeing in this mini stock division. Sean Taylor takes the 76 off into the pits. Battle for the 4th spot. Wade Thorne has Ryan Hiller right up against the concrete on the outside of turn 4. Thorne gets squirrely in 1 and 2.
Into corner number 3 they go. This time by only 5 laps left to go. Ashton Dickey, Alex Riley, Nico Hansen, 1, 2, and 3. And then a 4-car fight behind that with the point leader right in the thick of it.
Ashton Dickey charged to the lead in this one, but he's not been able to really drive away, at least not from Alex Riley in that 17. Riley going to keep the 1A of Ashton Dickey honest. That driver I announced out of Brantford, but he's actually from Waterford.
Four laps left to go. Ashton Dickey looking for win number 2 on the season. So is Alex Riley. Nico Hansen looking for win number 1 in his career in the mini stocks.
Nico Hansen works up to the outside. He's got Wade Thorne right on his tail. Thorne swings to the outside of a turn number 4. There's not a lot of room to work with, but he made it work.
Alex Riley, meanwhile, at the front, putting the pressure on Ashton Dickey, trying to grab that top spot away as they work down into 3 and 4. This time by 2 laps left to go.
Ashton Dickey up high. He looks better in every corner, but Alex Riley is right there. Riley drives it deep into, whoa, Wade Thorne just about looped it around in turn number 1. That's going to allow Nico Hansen to close in, and Alex Riley drawing up to the front of the 1A of Ashton Dickey.
Door to door off of corner number 4 they go. Riley edges ahead at the line at the white flag. Make it 3 weeks ago, that 17 machine got the win. Can he get his 2nd on the year?
Oh, Mike Giberson in the line where Ashton Dickey wants to be. Dickey going to drive to the inside, gives a push to Riley. Contact in 3 and 4.
Off of corner 4 they come. Riley will keep him pinched down and get the win over Ashton Dickey.
Wade Thorne comes home 3rd. Nico Hansen 4th. Ryan Hiller rounding out the top 5. That was some fantastic physical mini stock racing. And don't forget, folks, after the crate sprint car feature, we will have victory lanes for all 4 divisions competing here tonight. Gotta tip our hats to the officiating team and the racers as well, Greg, for getting through this program. They knew rain is in the forecast, just weren't sure when. We'll have a quick break, and when we come back, it's time to go crate sprint car racing here at the Big O.
The NASCAR Pinty Series returns to the Big O for not one, but 2 action-packed nights of NASCAR on the dirt. Ohsweken Speedway hosts the Freshstone Dirt Classic on Monday, August 14th, and the Pinty's 100 Tuesday, August 15th. Last year, the action was wild. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today. Go to npsondirt.com for tickets and camping info.
Ladies and gentlemen, you came looking for a show. Well, here you go.
Ohsweken just races like a big, fast track.
Oh, trouble in turn number 4.
We're done, Speed.
You got it, okay?
That's unbelievable.
Oh, Victor Bomberry found his limits.
I don't know what the hell happened. If you can't afford to wreck it, don't race it. Yep, what he said.
Welcome back live to Ohsweken Speedway on G4's TV. Greg Kelman, Adam Ross, and Clinton Jeffrey bringing you all the action here tonight. One feature to go as we're ripping through things here tonight. We will do victory lanes at the conclusion of this feature here for the crate sprints, as they're just getting lined up over on the warm-up track, and we'll get things rolling with their 20-lap main event coming into tonight. McDeman, the highlight man, he has been the talk. 74 points out in front over Jesse Costa in the second spot. Brett Stratford, the most recent winner a couple of weeks ago, he's in third. Lance Erskine fourth, and Larry Gledhill rounding out the top 5 in the standings as we get ready for feature number 8 on the year for the crates. Let's send a trackside to Clinton Jeffrey.
Hey guys, just another quick track report. As you see where it was really wet earlier, they've packed it in nice. It is pool table smooth right up to the top. This is the classic Ohsweken track we need to deliver every week. It is beautiful from the top right to the bottom. No holes down here. There's one small divot in turn 1, but this track has really come in. All the work they've done, it is really looking good. Want to send a shout out to everybody at Slack Lumber and Window Works for everything they've done for us this year. John, Mike, and Nick and all their crew. Hopefully they're having a good time here tonight. And man, great night here. We built a beautiful track tonight, guys.
They did so as Greg Callan up here coordinating the 50-50 draw.
All right, we have the winning number here for tonight's 50-50 draw, $496. If you have that, you'll need to go to the pit gate tonight to claim your prize. So a bit of a walk there, but it'll be worth it for almost $500. The winning ticket, 114700, 114700. That is tonight's winning 50-50 number. If you have that number, make your way over to the pit gate. You can do that at the conclusion of this feature if you prefer to watch the action, obviously. But nonetheless, $496 going to the holder of ticket 114700, 114700.
Crate sprint cars being pushed off back on the warm-up track. The Gales Auto Aftermarket warm-up track. Strickland's GMC pace truck rolls down the front straightaway, and here comes the crate sprint cars. 30 cars for 20 laps. Greg, how are they going to line up?
Well, starting on the pole out of Wayne Fleet, the most recent winner in the BS39. That's Brett Stratford to his outside from Listowel in the 97. It's Sheldon Bender. Row number 2 to the inside from Rockwood in the 74. It's Rob Neely and Adrian Staley out of Kitchener in the 50 LS. He'll start in 4th. Rolling off 5th out of St. Thomas, the 52 is Jesse Costa. Starting in 6th out of Ancaster, the 16X is Keegan Baker. Steve Murdoch rolls off 7th. He's from Georgetown, the 2M. Tanner Podwinski alongside him from Wayne Fleet in the 72, starting in 8th. Matt Hill starts in 9th out of Ohsweken, the MK8. Curtis Gartley out of Thamesford in the 45. He'll start 10th. Going off 11th out of Brantford, the 88. That's Lance Erskine. And A.J. Lewis out of Stony Creek in the 24A. He'll start 12th. One feature win this year for Austin Rose. He starts 13th. He's from Mosley in the 3S. Going off 14th, Al Slate out of St. Catharines in the 2S. Tyler Ward starts 15th. He's out of Woodstock in the 29W. Alongside him is Cameron Thompson out of Ohsweken in the 28T, going off 16th. 17th, Larry Gledhill from Chelmsford in the 16th. In the 14, rather, in the 69K from St. George's, Ken Hamilton. He'll roll off in the 18th spot. 19th starting position belongs to Ashton Van Every from Ohsweken, the 77E. Will Marsh out of London in the 19. He'll start 20th. Trevor Young from Ancaster in the 51 starts 21st. Travis Hofstetter alongside from Kitchener in car 2. He'll start 22nd. Greg Smolders out of Dorchester in the 00 starts 23rd. Cam McKinnon from Ridgeway in the 85C starts 24th. Brennan Hagar out of Welland in the 11W starts 25th. John Cadman from Smithville in the 71C starts 26th. Rockwood's Ryan Fraser in the 94 lines up 27th. Johnny Miller, the Iceman from Six Nations in car number 20 starting 28th. And in the back row, Brian Anacoke out of Ohsweken in the 9C. And Kiana Teal out of Hagersville in the 24K starts in 30th. 30 cars, 20 laps for the Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Car Division, feature number 8 on the season.
Looks as though Kiana Teal has taken that car back to the pit, so not sure what the problem is on the 24K. Oh no, she's still on the track. Who drove back into the pits then? Well, that's a mystery. One car drove back into the pits, and I've been watching her, and I thought it was her that made the right turn. Abby's got a shot back there. It'll be somewhere with a flurry of activity. What's the car pointed down the back? We have enough trouble finding the missing car when it's a heat race with 8 cars, Greg.
White flag out. Strickland pace truck pulling off on the back stretch. As we get ready for the final feature of the night, let's do a quick fire it up. The sights and sounds of the Crate Sprint cars coming to life. Infield goes one fast. One on the backstretch wall, A.J. Lewis.
Yeah, A.J. got clipped in 1 and 2. I believe he and Al Slate got together in the middle of 1 and 2. He got knocked up out of the groove. He never quite did get that car back underneath him. He tapped the wall on the backstretch once, and then he hit it a little bit harder the second time. It's possible he just needs a push, but not very often you clobber the wall on the backstretch. So there you see the 24. He was right in the middle of the screen bouncing, and we may see it again. Having his problems up towards the wall. If you're able to, Spencer, to show that exact same replay, but just stop it right at the start. Go back to where you started it the last time and pause it. Okay, advance it slowly over to the very right side of the screen, right there. The contact has just happened between Slate in the 2 and A.J. Lewis in the 24. And he tried to get back under control, just got pinballed a little bit on the back straightaway, and that's where he comes to rest. Clinton, how does it look over there?
Well, A.J. Lewis has got issues here. The frame is sitting down on the ground, so he's got problems with this car. Not the way he wanted to get back into it. It's a torsion rack problem, Adam. Both of the bars are in place, but they're not holding it up. So it looks like they have stripped the end of the torsion bar or maybe one of the torsion arms.
Great job, Clinton Jeffrey, on the spot as always. So cars not coming across the transponder line. Oh, that might have been Ryan Fraser in the 94 that pulled off. Because Matthew Hill didn't register, but I thought I saw Matthew Hill down there.
Kiana Teal heading to the pits. Guys, her nose wing has flipped up in her first appearance here. The crew has asked her to come in.
Matt Hill being towed off from the infield. He didn't make it through that first lap, but not a survivor there. AJ Lewis on the backstretch. Johnny Miller took the green and immediately limped off into the pits. That's a lot going on, Greg.
It was a busy first couple of corners, and AJ Lewis had a long ride in a short amount of time. Does that make sense? It's one of those things where I'm sure while it was happening, it almost like time standing still. What's going on here? But it happened so quickly to get from corner 2 and bouncing around to get to the backstretch, and there could have been a much bigger pileup in all of that. But
there was about 3 to 4 situations for AJ between the middle of 1 and 2 and then where he finally came to rest. I feel like we haven't really got to pick on each other much tonight. It's been our business.
It's still too early.
It's never too early to pick on you. I mean, we had to go through the probation period that Clinton laid down for us early in the night. I mean, you might as well put...
Did we even talk about what happened yet?
No.
Are you kidding me?
Do you want me to tell?
I'm not bringing it up.
Okay, so today I wheel in here to, well, we're getting ready to go, but I might need it next time. I'll tell it after the race, okay?
Yeah.
Let's just say I had an interesting afternoon.
Brett Stratford going to lead us to green. Rob Neely right behind him in second. Jesse Costa running third, slow and steady to the restart point, and they're stacking up deep in the field.
Stratford pulls away, and we haven't really talked about the fact that McNamara's not even here tonight, the point leader.
Well, he's got enough points he could take the rest of July off.
Memory serves me, he's at a wedding, is he not?
I'm not sure.
Oh, Brian Anico goes around in 3, right in front of Will Marsh and Cam McKinnon. We're back into the caution flag.
Brennan Hagar as well in the 11 does a good job of avoiding that. We did talk earlier that Brian Nanicoke did not get out and compete in his qualifying heat.
Well, guys, it'll be an easy turnaround for Nanacoke, but back to my deal. So we have the broadcast trailer, and we take it to all the races we go to. Well, this afternoon I wheeled in here at 3 o'clock, and the trailer wasn't here.
Now, Clinton.
Yes.
Why wasn't the trailer here when you got here at 3 o'clock? Did somebody take it?
No. Jack and I took it to the compound in Niagara after the ABC race, and I've never towed it out here on a Friday. I just came to work and went, the trailer! So at 3 o'clock I had a panic attack and had to whip all the way back to darn near Niagara Falls to turn around and come back. A 2.5-hour trek, and we got it back. The crew hates me, but we're on the air. We made it work, and I'm probably going to take the blame for why we were off the air for a little bit tonight, even though I don't think it was my fault, but I need to take all that blame tonight, guys. But we're here, we're alive, and we're making it work.
I am so glad that you're not perfect.
And I will tell the fans, I read you guys the riot act. I said, no joking about it till I'm ready to joke about it. Well, we can joke about it now.
Took it like a champ. Bunch of professionals we worked with, they got everything ready as we got a replay from the speed shot of Brian Nanicoke. An innocent spin in 3 and 4. Watch the middle of the pack. The front is easy, they can react, but watch in the middle, they're trying to roll up and predict a start, and Brett Stratford makes it very challenging as he rolls slowly to the restart point. The Cargo Ease restart point.
3 on the board, 70 to go here in this our final feature of the night. Stratford pulling away from Rob Neely in that second spot. Jesse Costa comes into tonight's second place in the points. He's going to make up a ton here without McNamara in this race. Running third right now. He just wants to have a solid point night, I think.
No, for sure he does, but Rob Neely, I mean, he's hungry out there. He took some time off. He's not a factor in the points championship whatsoever, But a run like this for the driver of the radio shuttle number 74 would really give him some confidence.
Well, Brett Stratford's out in front, pulling away, and you have to wonder now if Brett Stratford's going to settle into a run of picking up multiple feature wins. And we see that with drivers where the first one seems to take forever and then the floodgates open.
Yeah, and that it happens so very often just like that. Brett even talked about that on some of his many nights on the podium, that once he clicks one off, he might reel off a bunch. Looks good right now, but there's going to be a lot of lap traffic for these drivers, and there's a long way to go.
8 laps on the board, 12 to go right now. The best battle on track comes for the 4th spot as Murdoch goes around Bender in the 97. Right behind that, Staley and Gartley having a good little fight.
I mean, there's great battles all the way around this racetrack, and unfortunately for our race leader, Brett Stratford, some of them are going on direct. Oh, trouble in 1 and 2. Austin Rose.
Larry Gledhill, the other car around.
Lance Erskine, about 100 feet ahead of them, comes to rest in the 88. Boy, what a break for Brett Stratford in the 39. It was going to be ugly. It was already ugly as he had squeezed to the inside of Brennan Hagar in the 11. This yellow flag is going to reset the deck as Clinton Jeffrey makes his way over to turns 1 and 2 to catch us up on the situation. But I want to talk about restarts when we get back to it. But in the meantime, Clinton is surveying the damage there in turn 2. Both front tires point the proper direction. What are you discovering down there, Clint?
Well, Larry Gledhill's got a broken nose here on the... It's just pushed down. It is in good place. He should be good. Austin Rose has a flat left rear here on the 3RS, and Lance Erskine's got a broken nose and axle on the 88. So we'll see what happens here. They may push Austin Rose in, or they may try and hook him up.
Spencer, if you can, on this restart, try to get us a shot a little further back of the whole field, because Brett Stratford comes to the restart line so very slowly, and that's allowed. You're okay to do that as long as you don't change your speed, slow down. But what's happening is the first 3 or 4 cars can time it. They go slow with Brett Stratford. But back in about 12th to 15th spot, they're trying to anticipate and roll to the restart point, and they're just jamming all together. I can't believe we haven't wrecked yet.
Those restarts are working well for Brett Stratford. I mean, he launches off of them and takes off in a hurry.
So Austin Rose has requested his 2 minutes in the work area here on the 3RS. The nose is askew. The big problem is a flat left rear, but they feel they can get this fixed and make him back out here. So we'll follow it in. We'll see how far we can get. I know they're back another row than we were able to give you a week ago, but we'll give it a shot. Spencer, let us know.
Tow truck has Austin Rowe's car up in the air. The driver in the cockpit ready to roll. They've got to wait for the field to go by before the tow truck can pull him back up into the pits. Greg, what do you have going on this weekend?
No yard sale. Not a lot going on this weekend. How about you? No races, I don't think, Dave.
No, you know what? I'm going to do some work around the house. We just had our driveway paved this week, and it's neat. 12 years ago, I took a sledgehammer to the driveway and broke it all up and stacked up all the pieces of asphalt, because that would force me to pave the driveway. Well, that pile of asphalt sat there for about 3 years. Then we finally got a bin in to put it in the bin, and then another 9 years go by before we finally get the thing paved.
It's like that saying you say to your wife, you don't have to keep asking me every 6 months to get it done. I'll get it done. 12 years, that's impressive. Did Angie care, or just, or every time she brought it up, you bought her a Yeti?
A little bit of that. Angie puts up with my shortcomings like that. Now, my older son, Devin.
She has a lot to put up with.
Devin shovels snow. He let us hear about it quite often. So we lost Clinton's signal, I believe. They chased back to the second row in the pits, where Austin Rose they had taken that 3 car, sorry. I'm looking at Brett Stratford, thinking about Austin Rose. Having a bit of a moment. Larry Gledhill on the track in the 14 with that front nose damage. We'll see if Lance Erskine's able to make it back out, but we are experiencing right now the 2 minutes grace that Austin Rose and that team get. And that starts once they get back to the pit area. Here we go as we're having a look. The tow truck, I believe they would have kept the 3 car up in the air while they made the tire change. Now it's been unhooked. And they're rocking the 3, trying to get it out of gear. They have to push it down. And I'm not even sure how this goes anymore because we don't see it. I believe they have to push him down past the pits and then he can fire. But I'm not sure if he can fire right from there. That's what I'm not super clear on because we're never back there, Greg.
Nonetheless, the car is rolling. Push truck behind him.
And it fired. And it has a long way to go because you have to go down to turn 1. So the far corner of the warm-up track to get onto that warm-up track, unless they can shortcut through 3 and 4.
There he is.
Must be a shortcut. Let's be real. We have no idea what goes on back there. Never seen it.
Car go by, car come back.
This analysis has been brought to you by Image Factor. Contact imagefactor.ca for all your consulting needs.
I just think it's cool we can give any looks back in the pits. So.
No, it's fantastic. So I want to see the middle of this pack so the fans can see how congested it gets. So Brett Stratford is allowed to go this slow as long as he doesn't slow down or speed up and change speeds before the Cargo Ease restart zone in turn number 4. So watch, keep to the right of the screen. The front cars are fine. The back, they're trying to time things up, and you can see them stack up. Not as bad as they did early on in the race, but still they stack up and have to all change lines and hit the brakes.
Stratford again stretches out that advantage. Oh, hard hit for Will Marsh.
Thank goodness. That catch fence did exactly what a catch fence is supposed to do. So red flag is displayed. Our safety crew was already on the scene, and that tire had come off the car well before he hit the wall and tipped that over.
And right now it's behind the white wall, just about where Brett Stratford's car is, maybe a little further back than that, but the 19 toppled back over.
Yeah, it's back on all 3.
Well, he's working his way out of the car in a hurry, so that's a good sign that Will March is out of the car, ladies and gentlemen. And it is a destroyed car back here. This 19 has got all kinds of problems. Will Marsh gets the helmet off and gets his first look at it. Rear end tore out of it, all the rear torsion arms. And you can see big problems here. Guys, this is all the expensive stuff right here. That's about a $2,000 rear end on the ground. All these other parts bolt on. It is a very expensive crash over here, not to mention what is wrong. You know, these shocks, $200 to $300 a piece. Junk, lots of wrecked parts here, guys.
It's not a cheap sport to play.
No, it's not, and it can bite you in a hurry. Sprint car racing is like that for sure.
Will, are you okay? That's your welcome to sprint cars. You know, it's bound to happen when you play this sport, but are you okay?
Oh, yes, sir. It is what it is. I don't exactly know what happened. Me and my team have put everything into this car, and we worked our butt off all week, but unfortunately, I guess something went wrong. I was feeling really good, a little tighter in the corners and stuff right now, but nothing I couldn't work on next week, but got a little more work next week. It is what it is. I'll be back.
You certainly do. We appreciate your smile and glad to see you're okay out of the car. Will March, guys, out under his own power. That's a great sign.
Gives a wave. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, it'll be time for the conclusion of the Great Sprint Car Feature event.
Get ready to experience the NASCAR Pinty Series Power Hour. Join your host and wingman Cam K every Monday night at 7 p.m. on GeForce TV for an hour of non-stop excitement and in-depth analysis of the hottest racing series around. From the latest race highlights to expert analysis and insider commentary, you'll get an exclusive look at everything you need to know about the NASCAR Pinty Series. Tune in for the NASCAR Pinty Series Power Hour, the ultimate destination for race fans everywhere.
Early man discovered fire, but Quick perfected fire. Quick is the only fire starter that guarantees to start your campfire, wood stove, or fireplace without the need for kindling or paper. Find your nearest Quick retailer at quickquick.com.
The NASCAR Pinty Series returns to the Big O for not one, but two action-packed nights of NASCAR on the dirt. Ohsweken Speedway hosts the Freshstone Dirt Classic on Monday, August 14th, and the Pinty's 100 Tuesday, August 15th. Last year, the action was wild. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today. Go to npsondirt.com for tickets and camping info.
Back live at Ohsweken Speedway on Slack Lumber Night. Let's send it down to Clinton Jeffrey.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We're cleaning up the wreck here from the Will Marsh accident in turn number 2 at Ohsweken here. Just want to send a shout out to our Eco Fire System safety crew. Eco Fire System has come on board to support the safety crew this year. And got to make sure you give Andrew and the boys over at Eco some love because they are sponsoring this every week. And our crew has been working hard tonight and hustling all through the night. So I want to thank our Eco Fire Protection Fire Crew guys.
That fire crew was across the racetrack before the red flag was displayed. And good for them. And the drivers know that. The drivers know to always have an eye out because that safety crew is quick. But they were on the scene lickety-split, making sure Will Marsh was A-OK. Clint, how much do you know about that coil spring at the end of the shock absorber? There's a lot of advances in technology. We should bring someone intelligent on sometime.
Yeah, unlike me, I would think this is going to keep it from bottoming out. So if the shock hits too hard, that little spring will cushion and prevent the shock from ramming right through the top. So that's a little helper spring there, and I believe that's to prevent it from bottoming out when things get too crazy.
And these are things that the teams can fine-tune. They get so minute in the tuning. Will March, maybe not yet. They're not at that point, but some of the elite teams, it's amazing how technology has changed on race cars. They look the same or very similar as they did 20 years ago, 30 years ago, but there are definitely differences.
Halfway through this one for the Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Car Division, final feature of the night. And again, next week, 360s are off. As we mentioned earlier on, 4 of our teams headed down to the Knoxville 360 Nationals. Ryan Turner, Liam Martin, Dylan Westbrook, and Sean Evans. Those are the 4 I'm aware of. There may be others, but those 4 for sure. So our other 3 divisions will be in action next week. Of course, the Noel Teal Memorial Twin 14s for these very same crate sprint cars. The Brock Leonard Memorial 50 laps for the Thunderstocks, and the Art Hill Memorial for the Mini Stocks 42 laps. All next Friday night, 7:30.
Don't you dare miss it.
It's coming up out of town. Did we do the upcoming events board as of yet? When is the next APC event on GeForce TV? When are you next on the road, Adam? You don't know.
Next weekend up at Sauble Speedway. Alvers, is
yes.
that a bump stop? Okay. I didn't know bump stops had springs in them. So thank you for Alvers. Takes a little while to get the field pushed off when we start so many race cars.
Does that mean for you and I, our belts are a bump stop?
It's more of
that
a
keeps
hard
my
stop.
stomach from completely.
It's just the top of the muffin tray.
I had Dairy Queen last night for my birthday. I had to have it. It was free, so like, why not? They're just begging me to come. It was so good.
They've invited you specifically. I did a little bit better. I'm starting to get active again.
I was pretty active. That red spoon was just flying.
If chewing was cardio, I'm a decathlete.
So what have you been doing to improve your health?
I've been getting my steps in. So we were in Saskatoon, and I needed toothpaste and hair gel. So I talked to the people at the restaurant. Hey, is there a drugstore nearby? Yep. There's a giant Tiger 3 blocks up. Want to know how long a block is in Saskatoon?
3 miles.
It's apparently just shy of a kilometer, because that was a long walk. And I get all the way there, and it starts to rain. Like, son of a gun.
The best part is we were driving to the racetrack from the hotel, and we had driven a long time, and I was like, yeah, I walked farther than that.
You do what you have to do.
I feel like I'm the only person in the world not counting their steps. Everybody I know is. You do too, don't you, Clint?
I don't count them, but after some weekends, I have to look because the number is like 27,000. It's more of an interesting fact for me than I actually care.
I have a watch with hands on it. Does that say how old I am now?
It doesn't have enough hands, just like our directors down in the trailer.
I have a phone with a clock in it. So Jesse Costas jumped up a spot to take over the second position. Steve Murdoch in the 2 is 4th. Sheldon Bender is 5th, having a good run in the 97. Curtis Gartley is 6th. How about Adrian Staley? Adrian Staley has failed to qualify for at least one feature this year. They've been struggling to find the speed out of that 50. Good to see him up there in the top 10.
And John Cadman having another great run here tonight. Where is he right now? 7th or 8th, but he started back in the 26th position. He's really caught the sprint car craft in a hurry.
And I'll tell you, those are fun nights. You know, if you look at the score sheet and John Cadman, wherever he gets up to, 3rd, 5th, 2nd, if he wins the darn thing, even if he finishes there where he is, you're going to remember that night you passed 20 cars in a feature.
Back to the Cargo Ease restart zone. Carter Long throws the green flag, and we're back at it. Jesse Costa trying to keep pace this time with Brett Stratford.
Costa to the high side. Brett Stratford down low. They'll race down the back straightaway. Stratford with 5 car lengths between himself and second place Costa. Trouble for Al Slade on the backstretch in the number 2. He rolls slowly down towards turn number 3.
Then it catches fire. Well, not literal fire, but it fires up, got some speed. Now it's slow again. So Al Slate having all sorts of ignition problems, it seems, on the 2 machine. As we come across the stripe another time, 12 on the board. Slate will try to get to the pits, but that is going to fail, and that will put us under the caution flag again.
Yeah, it looks like an intermittent problem on the 2 of Al Slate. As you mentioned, it was slow down the back straight, rolled good through 3 and 4, then slowed again off of 4. Doug Leonard felt it was not a safe condition and called the yellow there. I just want to send a shout out to the Erskine crew. You know, Lance was all busted up. I didn't think he was going to be able to get back out. In fact, we didn't even do a report on him because I thought he was done. And they took that Wilmarsh cleanup time and got that 88 car back out here. So good work by the Erskine clan to get Lance back in it.
A good crew is going to get you going. So, okay, Mike Westwood, help me out. What's the difference between a bump stop and a bump spring? Alvars, you can tell me the same thing if you catch that.
One's a spring.
Well, bump stop is a piece of rubber of some sort, and you can get them in different hardnesses. And that'll allow, once the suspension stops, that hardness is what keeps the chassis at the height you want it, at the level you want it. but I don't understand the difference between a spring and a stop. Obviously, a spring has a coil spring in there. I just don't know why.
Single file past the restart cone here as we approach the Cargo Ease restart zone. With Brett Stratford leading, 8 laps left to go, looking to make it 2 wins in a row for Brett Stratford after getting his first. Can he get his second 2 weeks later? Back at it.
The field down through 1 and 2. Steve Murdoch looks to charge the middle between Rob Neely and Jesse Costa. Nothing there for the 2 machine. He'll head to the outside in 3 and 4. Rob Neely comes off the corner, has to pinch his car down to avoid the 2 of Steve Murdoch. Now Murdoch going to set his sights on Jesse Costa in the 52.
John Cadman continues his march towards the front. Rob Neely got sideways, saves it there. But John Cadman now restarted 8th. He's up to the 5th spot.
Steadily marching forward. The other driver steadily marching forward as Brett Stratford in the 39 continues to gap this field. Jesse Costa's second. Steve Murdoch with a run out of 4. Murdoch to the inside in turn 1.
Oh, right up into the path of Jesse Costa. He has to get on the binders. So Murdoch in that second spot. Here comes Costa back down to the bottom as Murdoch will have that spot at the line in the second position and give John Cadman 4th as he gets by Rob Neely. Costa back by Murdoch.
Yeah, Murdoch got slowed up by the Teal 24 just a little bit. That allowed Costa to squirt through on the inside. Laps winding down, less than 3 laps to go for our race leader Brett Stratford as he puts Brennan Hager a lap down.
Costa and Murdoch, one of the best battles right now on the track. Tanner Podwinski right now gets by Sheldon Bender for 6th as well. That's a good pass there for him. 2 laps left to go, and Costa really had problems in 1.
Costa's got Murdoch breathing down his neck. Brett Stratford has caught the tail end of the field. It is crowded in front of Stratford as he takes the white flag.
One more time around. It took him, it seemed, forever to get the first feature win. And 2 weeks later, the next race out, can he do it? Brett Stratford rolls through 3 and 4 and goes back-to-back at Ohsweken. Stratford, your winner.
Second place to Jesse Costa. Murdoch third. 4th to John Cadman. And rounding out the top 5, it'll be Rob Neely in the 74.
Brett Stratford rocking and rolling down the backstretch, celebrating in the BS 39. And we'll get a chance to talk to our winners tonight down at Quick Firestarter Victory Lane. Thank you, folks, for joining us here in person. It didn't look so great on the radar or the forecast, but all the races are in the books, and we're going to get a chance to talk to our winners down in Quick Firestarter Victory Lane with Clinton Jeffrey. Brett Stratford back-to-back.
And I believe we're going to see all of the night's winners make their way to Victory Lane. So this might be a lengthy celebration, but I'm sure they've all got something to say. Is Jesse Costa going to roll down to Quick Victory Lane? He'll take his spot at the leading edge. Brett Stratford, the race winner, will park in the middle. And Steve Murdoch, a bridesmaid once again, will take up the 3rd spot.
Here comes the golf cart bus out of the pits again. It's like a trolley car. Lomo fireworks lighting up the sky to celebrate Brett Stratford's 2nd career win in the crate sprints here tonight.
Brett Stratford climbs up top for 2 in a row here tonight. How about it? He's making gains on the point leader. Mac DeMann is not here tonight. We'll get down and have a word with Brett Stratford in just a moment. And there's the whole night's worth of fireworks in one shot, boys. Great job, Brett. Another win. You get it done. You know, you got to be real happy with how this worked. Mac DeMann's the point leader. He's away at a wedding. He had a big lead, but it's going to be tight when the points come out on Monday. Talk about your night.
Yeah, I don't even worry about points. That I could care less about. I'm just here for the checker flags. And my boys, Cliff Warner's son, Steve Robinson, and Anthony, they're doing such a good job. I'm literally just trying for them. And just to prove that these GSR chassis are absolutely incredible, man. They, I mean, it's showing, right?
Talk about the traffic tonight, Brett. You had to make some moves coming to the end there. Did that get in your head at all?
Yeah, because I'm not normally good into traffic. Yeah, I was just, I knew my car was so good. I wasn't trying to do anything stupid. I was just trying to not run into anyone or miss my marks. That's all I was trying to do.
Congrats, Brett. You get it done. 2 weeks in a row.
Thank you.
Stratford, 2 weeks in a row, picks it up. Well, 3 weeks, I guess, because we weren't here last week for the last 2 races in a row. Come on over here, Jesse Costa. Let's have a word with you. Jesse, you know, you had an interesting race. A couple times there we saw you almost get in the wall. A couple times got sideways. Talk about your night. To come back in second on an adventurous night is still a pretty good finish.
Yeah, we were just hoping to have a good night tonight with obviously Max not here. So we did that, finished second, cars in one piece. Was hoping to get the lap traffic, maybe have something for Brett. He was gone if we just ran without them. But thanks to Nathan Ackland, Ackland Insurance, all the guys at Ackland Racing. My wife, she's at home watching, I'm sure. DNO Towing, Wells Foundry, Oakwood Transfer, the Gled Hills, they do so much for me. Tate's Automotive, Strode's, Pinewood Horticulture Services. I know Caleb and Pat are here. Butler Built, Lone Wolf Fireworks, and Welders Millwrights.
There you have it. Jesse Costa comes across that. Guys, give us a second. We'll jump over here with third place.
Steve Murdoch had some great battles there with Jesse Costa. Came up just short, but still, he's on the concrete tonight, celebrating third place, and Clinton Jeffrey is with him.
Steve, a solid run tonight. You know, these are the nights that add up to good points finishes. Just being there at the end and battling through some of the wild nights. It looked like a few laps out there. Things were getting pretty crazy.
Yeah, definitely when you run into the lappers, it kind of screws you up. But we had a good run. Car came around a little late, but is what it is.
Solid drive. Steve Murdoch will be third here tonight in the crate sprints. Jesse Costa second. And for 2 straight races in a row, Brett Stratford will pick up the feature win. We'll take a quick break here on G-Force TV. We're going to come back with a second round of Victory Lane with our mini stocks, Thunders, and 360 winners if they're still here. And we'll finish off the show, guys.
Tiffany Gate Fresh Gourmet. Our savory pasticides can be prepared any way you like. Serve warm or chilled, as a main or as a side. Tiffany Gate Fresh Gourmet. Create your way to great taste.
You're so tasty. Drive me crazy. Crazy. Ain't nothing I can do.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on G-Force TV.
Early man discovered fire, but Quick perfected fire. Quick is the only fire starter that guarantees to start your campfire, wood stove, or fireplace without the need for kindling or paper. Find your nearest Quick retailer at quickquick.com.
When your dream car becomes a nightmare, leaving you frustrated, stranded, and broke, you say,
Goodbye, you piece of Let's take it to TKC.
What? You gotta pee?
TKC!
Let's take this piece of to TKC Metal Recycling. They pay cash for scrap cars.
TKC will recycle your piece of car. Got a piece of car? Visit TKC Metal Recycling, 20 Cushman Road, St. Catharines.
Back live at Ohsweken Speedway down in Quick Victory Lane. Clinton Jeffrey with our mini stock winner.
Thanks, Greg. Well, obviously we're fighting the weather, so we held off the victory lane stand. Alex, you're having a great streak here, man. I'm thinking Fridays is your new favorite spot to race. You've had a couple good runs and a couple feature wins this month already. Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely been a fun couple weeks here. It's been fun, driving through the pack and learning the track as I go. So tonight was definitely about learning that, and it was a great time.
Did you have any talk with the other drivers out there? I mean, you and Ashton Dickey put on a heck of a show. Did you get to talk to Ashton post-race?
I did, yeah, and we both kind of agreed it was a great race. It was close. It was hard racing. It was as clean as we could be. So it was definitely a lot of fun, and definitely respect him as a driver.
Right on. There you have it from Alex Riley, guys, our mini stock feature winner tonight in the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks. And we'll get over here in just a second and talk to the big dog, Ryan Beagle.
Alex Riley advanced 17 positions to score the win. Ashton Dickey passed 10 cars to finish second, and Wade Thorne advanced 26 spots to finish third. Clinton Jeffries with Ryan Beagle in victory lane.
Well, big dog, not too often you get to have a cold one and chill out for a bit before you got to come back and talk to us. But, we fought the weather. Good thing we got the racing in tonight. But what a battle, man. Did Bailey talk to you? Because you're ruining his Fridays lately. How's that going over there? You guys park by each other, and what's the story?
I think he's all right. He's having fun, so we're both having fun. I don't know. We got lucky tonight. I don't know how that tire didn't go down after I got into it with Kyle there, but we survived and we come through somehow.
Another solid run.
Thank you.
Big dog Ryan Beagle. Come here, Jack. Let's look at this car, guys. Look at it's Shark Week on Discovery. Well, there's a big shark bite out of the 84 here tonight, and some hammerhead got that one. Give us a second, guys, and we'll get in here with Ryan Turner.
And Ryan makes a great point. How do you have that much damage on the right rear corner of the race car without taking down that right rear tire? When Lady Luck is on your side, she's faithful.
Ryan, you've had some great runs here, 360 winner here tonight, and what a good night to win. I mean, Steve had his whole crew. Dan, you had the full box up there, so you did it for the boys. Steve was hoping to get the win tonight. Congrats on that, Ryan. And talk about your season. The track also seemed to really come around a bit tonight. Looked like we got most of the holes out, and is that true?
Yeah, very, very smooth. I think you guys know I like the slick and smooth stuff. The track's just starting to get groomed for the CAS cars coming out, or Pinty's NASCAR, and that's perfect for me. So now that we got this thing rolling, we can't wait for them to come to town. I took a little offense last week by, you, Adam, and Greg, talking about how I've had a bad season, and we haven't really ran that bad. We just haven't had those dominant performances like we did tonight. My wife got on the fence there and yelled at me to go to 1 and 2 there, and that basically pretty much won the race for us. Just get the drive off 2 and run Dryden down like that. It's awesome to have creative edge out here tonight. Steve does a lot. He wraps a ton of cars around here and obviously helps us out with our program. We also have Howie and Howie Binns. He's out here tonight, so we had to make sure he came down here and got a photo. Brand new Fisher under the hood, thanks to Dan and our team, and obviously it's good to come out with a win on that. Brando, he works his butt off on this car. Braden, Al, Britt, we got a ton of people that help on this car, and it's awesome. Our other sponsors as well, Pro Stripe, Titus One, Hills Racing, Ackland Insurance. It's just awesome to get this car up front again.
Right on, Ryan Turner gets it done, guys. Back to his dominating performances from the past. Congrats, Ryan. That'll wrap things up from Quick Victory Lane down here at Ohsweken on Slack Lumber Night, guys. It's been a good night. We hustled through. We beat the weather. We got it done. We're not even wet yet, and a decent night. Thanks, everybody, for hanging around. Don't forget, it's Memorial Night next week. We've got the Brock Leonard 50, the Art Hill 42. Then we got twin 14s for Noel Teal in the crates, and then our first ever Noah's Dash, which is crate sprints versus Thunderstocks versus mini stocks at the same time on the track. It's going to be exciting. Make sure you check it out. Up to you guys to take us home.
You said it all, Clint. I think that wraps it up. So on behalf of Clinton, Jeffrey, Adam Ross, I'm Greg Kelman saying so long. We'll see you next time here on G-Force TV.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of GeForce TV. GeForce TV would like to thank you for your support and for watching today's broadcast.